At last.
The king's back in the throne's mine. The future's here and it's my time. Straight shot, going for the head with it. Take his head off and say that I did it. Good riddance. Say hi to the bad guy, I'm back in business. If you took what's mine, I'm back to get it. There's nothing you can do, I'm back with vengeance. Now turn me loose. Now turn me loose.
Okay, you have some skill.
Hey, what's going on, guys? And Joe's represent for the Gray Pill. We have a great I hope I'm not glitch out. Okay, I'm good. Then Joe's represents for the Gray Pill Podcast. I have a very, very interesting show for you. Pretty much, I didn't know this was a real thing. I was seeing this like a couple of days and it's popping up in my algorithm where people is actually living in cars. Like now, I'm not gonna lie, 3 to 6 months ago, there was a chick that went very viral where she was living in her car and she was like asking for the large donations. So she decided just to live in her car for a hot minute and she's showing all these crazy ways she was doing it. But with that one, it's more like people was actually exposing her for doing some lot of toxic things and behaviors, and she had reasons to be in the car, but she was still using that to, I guess, that clout chase a little bit, get some money. And then next thing you know, here it is 6 months later, pop up an algorithm where there's like people actually, there's a lifestyle living in the van, somebody was living in the car, and they're showing all these little crazy weird ways. And I didn't know that was the actual thing. You know, most people I know back in my day, people just like, you know what? My old lady kicked me out, my girlfriend kicked me out, my fiance kicked me out, the significant other I was staying with kicked me out. Hey, I'm crashing in my car just to get by for a couple weeks or two, get the extra check. Let me get my apartment or hotel, and boom, and I'm back into square four walls. That's what I pretty much thought it was. And then and then that was pretty much it. Then now I see like everything coming about. It's like, okay, this person, this got a lifestyle living in the van. This one got a lifestyle living in the car. This one got a lifestyle living in vehicles. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let me just show everybody on the Gray Pill Podcast side, since we always, venture out and there's always different perspective of everything out there in the YouTuberverse. Let's share that out because I thought it was very interesting. Very, very interesting. I want to give a special shout out to everybody coming on through. Appreciate you, Feminine University. Appreciate you. And again, I love the name. I love the name. Says I figure it's just a gimmick. I remember a chick who who had a girlfriend and kids. None of them lived in a car. The kids were with their father, and the girlfriend lived in a nice house. So why? Wow. Okay. As far as the why part, is a general question, but I appreciate it. Shout out to Big D. Yes, I got your other one, so I just added the other one on Big D, so I appreciate you. Likes are free. So again, if you're new, appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the like, the thumbs up, and hit the all bell notification, because what happens is YouTube, for your favorite content creator, it'll take you off. So it's like just unsubscribe you. So YouTube do a lot of fun shenanigans. I hear a lot of people always say in various places like, hey, I didn't know you was going live. I didn't know what's going on here. Well, just to better help you out, make sure the all bell notifications give you options now. So make sure it shows the all. So every time like you get, if I upload something, if I put something in the shorts, if I put something on the community tab, it'll give you like an update, especially if I go live. So it'll give you like a daily reminder, not consistent because you don't want your phone blowing up, but it give you a heads up like, hey, an hour ahead of time or a day ahead of time, and then about close to 30 minutes, they give you another reminder. They give you another one 5 minutes prior. So boom, there you go. Shout out to Big D. Big D says, hey, Great Pill, people are using both my names to try and get on panels. P bombing is not me. But will tell you when I'm going on a panel. All right, no problem, man. No problem. And trust me, I seen so many stuff that happened with other people's panel to the point where I know how to predict that. And two, I just do invites what if I do platforms. I think last night was just a rare, so it might be like once in the blue I do rare chill streams, but I pretty much know people so much so far. But luckily, we'll see how that goes in the future. But and plus StreamYard, you already know StreamYard pretty much got a little screen in the back. You can see them, you can have conversations, and I pretty much know majority of people, so I'm comfortable with let them on. If not, then I have ways to deal with that too. So I appreciate that. Yeah, they do a lot of P bombing. You know what's crazy? Me and the fellas in Discord was like, why are guys always dropping D bombs? Like, what's wrong with that? And somebody's like, because something's a little sus about them. And I'm like, why they just don't drop boobs? Just drop boobs. Jeez, everybody just dropping D's everywhere. Like, why are we doing that? That's weird. We just say, I'll be back spreading the word. Okay, appreciate you. Corey Hager, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Dangerously Active, one of our great mods. Appreciate you. Corey again said, Great Pill. Check the mini homes from the great. Yeah, me and Just Jay was talking about that like a while ago because Just Jay's a big advocate of tiny homes, little homes. I just saw one where this guy created but actually it was a storage home. That cost a pretty penny. I watched that from the beginning to the end, and I'm like, I thought it was going to stop at 100K, and I'm like, that'd be easily to get his money back. But he went like almost triple that, but it was well worth it. And he has almost like a I don't want to say like a built-in tower, but he actually has like a satellite he puts on top of his on top of the building. It was finished and completed, where you can get like the most craziest internet connection ever. So I don't mind living in tiny homes or like little secluded spots, or if you're visiting other places. Like I don't know. I love my internet. I'm just a component of the internet. I'm stuck on it a little bit. So if I got a good signal where I can like, hey, let me grab my phone if I need it. Yes. But yeah. So I think the Philippines might be out for the most part because they have brownouts. So everybody ever been in certain countries, like for example, the Philippines, they call them brownouts. So if you have like a disconnect all over just for your like no lights, no nothing, no electricity, they call it a brownout. And usually it lasts like a day, might last an hour. But as long as you got all your stuff stacked up, whatever, just like any other home, you're good. It shouldn't be that bad. Shout out Just Jay. She comes in with the instead of the hello, how you doing, everybody? She goes with the Lord, how you doing? It was going on. Yeah, that is gypsy style. And shout out to I'm sorry, I saw you saying hello. I just want to make sure I acknowledge it. Okay. Hello, Sherelle. Shout out to Sherelle. Appreciate you coming on through. It's going to be a great conversation. You want to stick around just for the nuance. I know we're a little, it might be a little bit different on this end. We have like a lot of great genuine perspective. We're going to have group conversations for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, where we'll be discussing a lot of, she goes by the name of the Queenmaker, aka the Priscilla. A lot of her talking points on that. So I think I find her very interesting. A lot of stuff that she says. I actually caught her on We Unlock, where it's it was a really good discussion. And it's just my opinion. I feel like it should be a little bit more pushback, but I understand that from a lot of content that I've seen of Priscilla's that, it's a new space. So, she still had to protect herself. So if it gets a little bit too hot, heavy, she's more than welcome to eject herself from the from any conversation in the panel, which is, that's pretty much on a mental health state of mind. I say this to everybody all the time. I pretty much preach like, look, if you know the conversation is going to get a little bit too left, even if you know the panel is raunchy, because most people just don't know. and they'll still try to stick it in there, argue and fight with people. Like, why would you do that? Just leave, because the more you argue and fight with people, you're opening yourself up to more damage than it's worth. So it's not that good to do that. So I definitely like that former style that she does, because again, it's part of your mental health. Like, she don't need to stay in these panels. She don't need to do a lot of stuff. Like, nobody really, and not even just her, nobody don't need to do nothing. So why be there when you're not wanted? Two, is not your platform. You have no control of anything there. Just come there, try to be just humble, hospitable as possible. Get your talking points in. Try to get your word across, and boom. If it's too hot to handle, hey, nothing wrong with just ejecting out. I've been on a panel where I seen like people just scream and just try to get my attention at the same time. Like, and I just look there, just quiet, and I'm like, all right, thank y'all for having me out. God bless. Good night. So. Shout out to brother Jumby. Hey, what's going on, good sir? I have a great one today. A little learning lesson. Corey says the old woman who lived in shoe. Yeah, but there was no electricity there. No electricity. And I don't even think she had any cupboards or nothing for that little old lady in the shoe. Brother Jumby said, I lived in a tiny home for a few months in Texas, saved a lot of money, and earned some. Yeah, exactly. Nice. There's a lot of advantages from what I've been saying with these tiny homes. Like, we definitely gonna make that a conversation for next go round. Corey and Jumby, and definitely Just Jay, because I know this is something me and her talked about before. So it'd be really interesting. I show, like, because I've seen a lot. I see one is actually not considered a tiny home. So I might show that one, and I'll show like an actual tiny home, because I thought it was one cool one. This one woman was displaying, and then I'll show the actual expensive one. This guy that I was telling Corey about, I might show that, because that was like really, really good. Because he actually had, what's crazy, Corey? He actually had sponsors for that. So half the time he had sponsors, and thank you for my neighbors with the horn going off. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's literally my neighbor. The horn just went off for no reason. I think it's an alarm. That'd be okay. So let me go down real quick. We'll try to tolerate it for a hot minute. And we got Brother John. Okay. Grace 4, appreciate you. Said, good evening, Great Pill Podcast. Hope you have a great night. I've only watched your channel once, so I'm just here to listen mostly. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. And I remember you from Edge Night. So thank you for coming on through. Appreciate that. It's gonna be a great conversation. And if you have time for Tuesday, because I think that's Anza's time off, so that'll be my time on here at 8 p.m. Central Time, where we have a group discussion. So you're more than welcome. What else we have here? Make sure I don't miss anything. Marcus says, I always feel like so. Oh man, that's funny. PSA alert, watch out for the certain hectic watchers. Hey, by his grace. Hey, what's going on, Alicia? Appreciate you. We actually discuss about people living in vehicles, if it's a trend, if it's a lifestyle. So we're gonna have that conversation. So, all right. So the first one, I want to make sure I give this out. So where is it?
For those that's listening out there in the YouTube universe, shout out to Great Pill Podcast. Go holler at him. Hell yeah. Give him a like and subscribe. Go view his channel, if you will. Courtesy of Classic Lights.
For all your Spanish watchers and viewers, Telemundo, Univision, Galavisión. Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches, damas y caballeros. Por favor, suscriben, gusten y por favor compartir este canal de YouTube. Cualquier parte del mundo donde están ahorita, por favor. Familia, amigos o socios de trabajo, lo que sea, por todo el mundo, por favor, suscriben al canal del Grey Pill Podcast, el Pastilla Gris, por favor. Muchas gracias.
Hey, muchas gracias. I appreciate you, Marcus, for that. I definitely appreciate that. Same way Marcus had to collect people in the chats with the names and saying hello and supporting everybody in the chats. It's pretty much going to be me going to like every different culture. Like, hey, can you say this in Muay Thai? Hey, can you say this in every other language? I'm working on it. I am so working on it. All right, so back to the show. So let me show there's three, but it was one I wanted to show because I just want to make people understand there's dangers out there for this certain lifestyle, but they're going to explain their own, and we're going to pretty much walk through it and have the conversation. So I appreciate everybody for coming on through. You're more than welcome to hit the thumbs up to help out a little bit. And here we go.
9 Honda Element car conversion tour. I purchased him in July of 2017, and I moved into him in August of 2017.
I like how she, like most men, they name their cars like the girl cars, everything like a woman's name. I love how she named hers like it's a him. I moved in him right now. Nice.
This is actually the second iteration of the conversion. So the first iteration, I'll put a picture here. Very simple, very basic. I thought I was going on a 6-month road trip. I didn't know I was going to be doing this for years. So I went with a basic platform. I had Walmart crates, I think, on this side. And it was, again, very basic. But it worked. And it helped me fall in love with this lifestyle. And then in May of 2019, I redid the conversion. And it hasn't changed since. I cook everything on my Coleman. This is my stove. And then in here,
Hey, notice how she was showing when she said the basics. Notice how she's showing everything like from the ground up. So she had like suitcases and everything else, and now she's like got the little shelves, custom shelves, custom like little cabinets. I look like a propane tank in the back.
I have pots, pans, utensils, propane. This is like my kitchen utensils area.
Shout out to the
This
one
is my
fork.
pantry down here. And that's where I store, non-perishable items, goods, things that will last a long time. So this cabinet, and then there's another cabinet back there. They're held on with simple magnetic little latches.
They
So
look
when
custom.
you close it, and as you can see, there is another drawer back there. That's just extra camping gear, backpacks. So my bed platform, actually, I made it so that it basically folds up.
Shout out to Corey. Corey says 2023 Mystery Machine Inc. Yeah. This is Velma by herself. It is Velma all by herself.
Into a couch.
But I ain't gonna lie. I'm really thinking of the Scooby-Doo cartoon. It was Scooby, Shaggy, the other guy, Velma, Daphne, Fred. Yeah, Fred. So you had all of them all the time in a van. There, I don't know how they did with that, but it was a cartoon.
But I will let you know that I do not do that. That is something I would change. If I was redoing this, I would make just a regular bed platform, and I would probably have, instead of like cupboards, I would have a pull-out kitchen, like I think a lot of people do. So as you can see, there is 2 different colors of wood. This is actually my original bed frame from when I first left. We basically cut it a little bit shorter and then we just duplicate it, which is why this side has this as well. So that's why they're different colors. But that folds up. And then what I did do here, basically I wanted to be able to have the passenger seat move in case I had a friend who wanted to travel with me. So I wanted to make sure I could adjust the passenger seat and that my bed platform wasn't set and, only short people could enter my car. So this does.
Well, I'm out. I'm not short. I'm out. Shout out to you, Jay. Appreciate you, good sir. Appreciate you. Marcus says another content creator to check out is Mave. That name sounds so familiar. Mave on YouTube. He loves more on the road and woods, but bills and buys certain things needed to live, survive. It sounds so familiar. It was a guy a buddy of mine was introduced me to. I think he was on YouTube where he just be out in the woods, just cook stuff like from scratch. It was crazy. It's really crazy. What is going on the mouse? Shout out to Darlon. Appreciate you, good sir. May the force be with you. What Alicia has to say? Alicia says, this young woman clearly comes from a place of financial comfort. Her choice to live out of her vehicle. However, the families I encounter at my local Walmart parking lot are not as fortunate. Yeah, there's a guy, I think like maybe a couple years ago, like the town over. I don't know his lifestyle. I don't know. I mean, I can say lifestyle. I don't know his situation, but every time I see him, he has the same car parked next to, where was it? I'm trying to like, it was the parking lot where Planet Fitness is, but then next to Planet Fitness, there's a General Dollar. Like it was very convenient for him because if he walk across the street, let's just say if he actually had the money, you got Dollar General right there. You got Planet Fitness, which pretty much Planet Fitness is like what, $10 a month. Plus Planet Fitness has free Wi-Fi, shower, all that good stuff. Then if you cross the street, there's like a few restaurants. And then on the other end, like it's like a little right there at the light section. So there's like the Burger King, across from Burger King is Krispy Kreme. So it's pretty much a good, if he steps out and go like maybe 5 minutes each way, he was good. And I always seen the same car in the same spot, but he just never. If you just would have met him, he would never appear like how this woman is. Like I don't want to say homeless or fortunate or stuff like that, but you would just never notice unless they actually told you or you have like pretty much witness it for yourself. So I agree, and I've seen those two in the past where, especially when it came to a lot of family, had to like kind of figure it out where they're in vans and stuff like that. So that's really sad. I don't wish that on nobody, especially if they down their luck. Because even with the pandemic, a lot of people that had the money, a lot of people like above my means that had, homes and lands and multiple cars and families, they was going through it also.
Was actually fold back like that so that I can move this back to give more space. I don't have to do it often though because I don't have a lot of friends. So, but I have the option, which is nice. I was too lazy to take the sheets off, but yeah, I mean, it can be a couch, but I never do this, so it's unnecessary if I'm being honest. These are my clothing bins, my storage bins, basically. They are Target boxes, the cubed boxes. And then I have, these are shirts. This is socks, underwear, sports bras.
Oh, wow.
This is pants, shorts, things like that. This is my junk drawer. Every home needs a junk drawer. And then I have towels. And then this is my like long sleeve shirts, sweaters, flannels, everything like that. And then my sweatshirt, jacket, things like that. The way that they are held on is basically they have a hook in the back, and all of the cubes come with this hole here. I think this is actually supposed to be the front traditionally, but I saw the hole and I thought if I put a hook on the back of the cube,
it works out well.
then this, when I put it in, the hook goes through it so that it can't come out. And that is how those cubes.
But she also can put like I don't want to take nothing away from this because that's actually, it's like for me it's like out of sight out of mind, especially with decor. But if she wanted to, she could put like what's some little stretchy things is people use them for a lot of stuff. I can't remember the name of them, but from the left end on the right side, she could have like some kind of like stretchy cord, but she could have put it in the inside a little bit, so it could just be brace it just in case as an option. But she pretty much lucked out by having that, and she could just hook it on. So that's something she didn't have to think about. But there's just an option for anybody out there. Shout out to Big said hello everybody. Chat, I think everybody welcome. Big Dice BC BD. Shout out to what Alicia says. Alicia says, don't get me wrong, I like the videos themselves. Just not the idea that this this is super cool. Yeah, but I'm about to look the positive side on it. and I agree with you to the most part. At least they're giving options for people. So if they come into situations like, for example, I don't think people should be spending like over $800, $500 for a cell phone. Like to me, that's too much money for an actual phone. When they got like, for example, if anybody actually bargain shops and actually know how to look for deals, you can get like, let's say a family plan or something. You can get like they'll offer you like just a free phone, or you can just pay like $100 or something for a membership. Or if you they got little markets and stuff like Facebook Market, whatever. People, as soon as people get these phones, it's like $800,000. They can't afford them. So what they do, they'll put them right back onto the market because they're so desperate to get some money out of it. So that $800,000 phone, they're selling it for $100 to $200. So you can get your a smartphone to be dumb, get the phone, pay you like a prepaid plan, and you get all the features with it. Or like most people, like here, like she's giving options, so that could be one. So yeah, I agree with you, but for me, just showing the other options for people. So if you have internet, you can go on there and just look, say, okay, well, here's an option for me, lesser road travel. Shout out to Big Dice. Not too bad, especially someone's P bomb in the neighborhood. Let it go. Let the P bomb it go. Hopefully, it's not your platform. If it is, hey, we learned our lesson. We learned our lesson. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no P bombing on here. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. My smartphone is lit. So, yeah, I love my smartphone too. I'm not gonna make this a battle like who phone's better. I think I went to that like 3 times already. Been the YouTube space. It was always like the iPhone versus the Samsung. Um, I am a family Samson over here, Samson family over here, but I digress. I would digress.
Stay secured. This is my Thermarest 0-degree sleeping bag. I also have a 40-degree sleeping bag.
Whoa.
Yeah, my only source of heat in the wintertime is my sleeping bags.
I'm curious. If that's her only source of heat, like I don't want to like put too much emphasis like where she at now, but like most states, like what state is she in? Because like you might, let's just say, was it Georgia, Alabama, South North Carolina, Virginia? Because tornadoes hit South and Carolina pretty often, especially during the hurricane tornado season. So that might be like a former winter, depending on the time of day and how long. Then you have what is it? Then you might have let's say then the winters, like I'm thinking of Georgia and Florida because I'm speaking of what I'm familiar with. So if she was in, I think no, Texas had like one good freeze. I remember Texas had like a one good week of freeze. Alabama, Georgia had like 2-3 days, like one good freeze, but anything else was like really chilly. So like right now we're good. Next month you may or may not feel it because last year it wasn't that bad for us. We had maybe like 1 or 2 days like really cold, but everybody here that's predominantly live in the South like doesn't like the cold. Like if it hits like 65, they got like jackets and they complain about the cold. Versus now the South. Shout out to my brothers, sisters, neighbors up in New York, Jersey, DC, Baltimore, Philly, all them up there. Hey, we walk through the cold, we eat through it, like we're good. So, but that's lasting longer. That's like months. That's like what, a good quarter out the year, if any, a little bit longer. So I'm curious, like how she how long is it for her? That's wow. Great Pill getting blocked all the town. Yeah. Oh man, I know to tell you, Big. I know to tell you. That's crazy. Keep bombing is not cool. Hopefully you get to clear your name. Anna says, been in Canada. I freeze my tushy off with just 2 sleeping bags, no heat. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, how did she go through this? Because she got like 3 bags. So now this is what I'm thinking, because I didn't want to say this because maybe she like, because like a car better last like what's like 3 to 5 years, 5 the most. So she don't have like a do she turn the heat on from the car and just keep it on for like a certain period of time, and then like let's say for example it gets cold. And I'm trying to put my foot in her shoes, right? She's let's say it started to get cold around 9 o'clock. So she got the heat in the car running because now she's burning gas and battery. So she's doing that for like maybe 3 hours. Okay, so it's like 9 to 12, but let's say she could tolerate the cold, turn it on for the most part. The sun might warm her up about like 6, 7 in the morning. So she got like what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12, 1, 2, 3. So she's got like another 7 to 8 hours, right? Until the sun comes back up. Because that's at that point, that's what she's focusing on. And two, is she's actually putting the vehicle with all the windows where the sunlight can hit her. Now at the same time, this is a lot of thinking here because I'm really like, I'm living in my car where everybody outside in the public can come at me. So now you got to think where I'm going to put myself at to be out of harm's way. So is she keeping the heat on in the car for a couple of hours? Then she's switching to build up the heat in the 2 or 3 sleeping bags. Like that's a lot. So I'm with you on that one. That is a lot. And yes, Canada be freezing his butt off. And thank you, Anna. I appreciate it. Come on, everybody, give Anna a little hello. Welcome her, please, because she seemed like she's new. So I appreciate you again. If you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the thumbs up. It helps out a lot. And also, if you just in case, so you'll be alerted for next time. We're having a group conversation for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, where we're gonna have a group conversation, particularly on relationships. So that part. Alicia says, I've always wanted to get an RV with my son. Just grab a map and go. Yes, I love road tripping. You just don't know, Alicia. I love road tripping. I love to hit the road, have my music blasting, and just go. Big said in Canada, most promise you can only live in a travel for 6 months for a year, even if you own land. Okay. I don't know that. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Y'all giving a lot of insight, a lot of stuff. I was so unaware of this. This is so new. We haven't hit the second video yet. She is not telling us something. It's always got to be that one. Alicia says she's not telling us something. Laugh emoji, laugh emoji. We don't like going to bathroom in the cold. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how does it working out? Like, is she poop? You know what? Now you give me more to think about, Alicia. Is she pooping before? Is she parked next to a Walmart before it closes at 11? Like, yo, let me run to the bathroom. Is she parked to a LA Fitness 24 hours? Like, let me hang out there for a little bit. Are we pulling out layers behind her? Is this some suspicious stuff going on with her? I don't know. Hey, shout out to Ian Simmons. Appreciate it, man. Long time no see. Appreciate it, good sir. Welcome to the conversation. Welcome to the conversation. And it says, I'm not new, just improv. Okay. Appreciate you. Either way, I welcome. Even if you're a cloud watcher, please hit the thumbs up if you are engaged in the conversation. Appreciate you either way. Thank you. Grace Force says, I personally grew up camping, tents, no electricity, no running water, a lake and a fire pit. That's my happy place. Cooking over the campfire. Oh yeah, you will love a lot of. I'm sure you probably seen it. Well, you lived it, so there's a lot of videos I've seen where a guy would just. I call it straight food porn, Grace. Where just this one guy, you see the guy, his hand and a knife, and he'll just sit there and cut like certain things, like some tomatoes, or he'll grab some fish or some chicken, and he'll just make it everything like so quick and easy. Literally, one of the videos that he did, I got this great recipe to make this cool little tortilla. It was like some meat, some tomatoes, some onions, like all the stuff laid out, cooked them separately, boom, throw them together, chop them up, bada boom, bada bing, 20 minutes. It was so good. So good. I think I still have the picture and the videos on my Instagram. It was so good.
I don't have a Mr. Buddy here. I have absolutely nothing. I just have sleeping bags. And I have slept in down to negative 27 degrees in my car before and been completely fine. I put my sleeping bag, my 40-degree sleeping bag inside of my 0-degree sleeping bag, and I wore like my puffy jacket and some layers to bed, and I was fine. So You don't need a heating system or anything to comfortably live in your car. It's actually way more difficult in summer. You really, for me at least, because I don't have air conditioning when my car is off or anything like that, I just kind of follow the weather. So it's turning into summer, it's getting warmer, so I went up to the Pacific Northwest, and then in the winter and things like that, I tend to stay more in the desert.
That sums it up for me. That just sums it up for me. She's literally following the weather. Okay. So much sense.
I think they call them snowbirds. That's what I've become. Just following the weather to make sure living in my car is as comfortable as possible because, you know, I don't have insulation. It is just, if it's hot outside, it's hot in my car. If it's cold outside, it's cold in my car. But you make it work. And I have not died. So
hey,
it
you're
works.
Still here.
But I do highly recommend, if you are going with like the no heating system, get a good sleeping bag. It makes a world of difference. So
I agree with that too, but I'm bad for the states you're in, because again, some states like we just mentioned here, shout out to Anna and everybody else from to my Canadian supporters. Clearly in Canada it's just freezing. I wouldn't recommend that in Canada, but there's other places in the states where you can just go like, okay, this will not be a 3 months winter. You might have like a good 65, 60 during the winterish, like on my end. You may have like a good week maybe, or a good 3 really good, really cold days. That's how it would go here on this end. That's it. So keep that in mind if you're trying to live this lifestyle.
underneath my
And just for the slow people in the back of the bus, the people in the back of the church, you know the ones, you know who you are. The people in the back of the church want to watch how much the other person put in the collection plate. Don't do nothing silly and put like light candles and gas kerosene lanterns in your vehicle. Please don't do that. I do not want to see that on the 10 o'clock news. I don't even want to see that on YouTube. Like, don't do that. Tell them I'm going to keep myself warm. You got a propane tank in the back and you light yourself on fire. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Bed on this side, I have more storage, more camping gear, a jack stand, a saw. This is my laundry basket, which is currently empty because I actually did my laundry, so go me. And then if you take that out, I have camera stuff and my drone that is all the way back there.
Nice. If you're a drone person, you can get some good drones for a pretty penny, and you can make some money off them drones too. Shout out to me.
These 2 water jugs are what I use for my showers usually when there's no Planet Fitness or anything. So I just refill them with whatever river water I can find and then heat them. These are
called it. She said Planet Fitness. So again, $10 a month, you good. Free showers. Heck, you can lay on the massager chair. This girl is not. She is not a simpleton. She is very aware of what's going on with her stuff. I would suggest if she's got like, what's that? I'm not gonna knock her for the jugs of water because really, it doesn't. People's very wasteful with water anyway. You don't need that much water to bathe or shower with or whatever. But I want to suggest like if she had like she can actually make a custom one too. She can actually get like a little some cooler jugs. She could use that. Or the cooler jugs you pretty much like get like the at your workplace or the office. She could use one of those and just refill them. Or she can actually get the pitcher coolers, the ones you take the kids to camping, and she put water in there and just refill that. And all she'll do is like at the bottom and just drain it out, and she could be good and she's good to go. Very impressive. LT. You could have sent me that in the Discord. You could have DM'd me that. You could have sent me like, Lord.
Emotional damage.
Could have sent me that somewhere else and let me handle that on the back end, sir. Shame on you. Shame on you. What's Grace said? Grace says the old times quick. You can buy any yard sales are literally some of the warmest blankets you'll ever get. Yeah, and remember the thick homemade quilts? I remember my great grandmother used to hand knit some quilts. That was actually pretty good. What does Big say? Big says any heat source that sucks oxygen, you need the window crack. I agree, and that's very. I didn't 100%. I didn't really think too much of it when she was mentioning the other part. That was it. Yes, everybody, welcome LTTV for coming on through with the exposure chat. With the exposure chat, everybody, welcome LTTV. You know what's funnier this way too, LTTV? Let me show you something real quick since I got your ear for a hot minute. I remember I had a conversation. I forgot what we was having a relationship group conversation, and I was playing this right. And I'm gonna let you see because you got a good insight when you're watching things. I was playing this little infomercial to insert far as the conversation, and when it was over, one of the guests I had on the platform just kept laughing and laughing, and I'm like, "What you laughing at?" So I'm thinking like she's laughing at what was said. And she said something. So just in retrospect to what you just said, I'm going to play this real quick. So this had nothing to do with anything except for what LTB says. So here you go.
For all your Spanish watchers and viewers, Telemundo, Univision, Galavisión. Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches, damas y caballeros. Por favor, suscríbete.
No, I'm sorry. That wasn't it. I apologize. Okay, here it is. So chat, you let me know what y'all see that's wrong with this picture. Yeah, he always do that. Alicia, I was like, yeah, look, he could have hit me on a DM. We got Discord together. We like YouTube buddies. He could like, hey, Grey Pill, dude. But he don't know. You know what? Let me deflect a little bit, okay? Let me deflect. Let me deflect a little bit. He don't know I could have used that for some gimmick. You know, I could have used that from some kind of ploy to get people in here. You know how the YouTube gimmick is, you know. So, but chat, y'all let me know what y'all see was wrong with this picture. So just in to the conversation and we'll move back forward. So what LT said, right? So y'all let me know what y'all see wrong with this picture. Let me know. 3, 2, 1.
Speaking of, hitting it and, getting the game right to get the ladies, when you come home from a long day of work, when you're tired and your girl looks at you and, you're having a little trouble down there sometimes because you're so damn tired, testosterone levels might be low. You see that blue pill in that corner of the edge of your seat? Please take that Blue Chew or Cialis. Enter code word Blue Chew or Cialis and get 15 to 20% off. If you're a first-time customer, you'll get 40% off. $15.99. Bingo.
Love it.
Hey, LT, since you see every daggone thing, what you see wrong with that? Huh? What do you see wrong with that, LT? I know I'm running the ad. I got a brand to work on, sir. I can't be in these streets just calling at everybody like you do. Okay? We have conversation your souls over here. But what do you see was wrong with that picture? I want everybody can give me what you think was wrong with that. What did you see what was wrong with that? Alicia made a suggestion. She said, hey, did he snore? Nope. That wasn't it. And Alicia, you was there the time that this was actually played too. No, it wasn't running ads. It wasn't running ads. You get warmer, LT. You get warmer. Shout out to Collect Cat. Colexis says back and more. Good evening. Yeah, Cat LTTV came in and derailed the whole conversation. So now we're gonna have a little. I'm deflecting though. Allegedly I'm deflecting. So we're gonna since LTTV like to see everything, we're gonna get one more try. Okay. So let me know what you see was wrong with this. Last try.
Speaking of, hitting it and, getting the game right to get the ladies, when you come home from a long day of work, when you're tired and your girl looks at you and, you're having a little trouble down there sometimes because you're so damn tired, your testosterone levels might be low. You see that blue pill in that corner of the edge of your seat? Please take that Blue Chew or Cialis. Enter code word Blue Chew or Cialis and get 15 to 20% off. If you're a first-time customer, you'll get 40% off. $15.99. Bingo.
Love it.
What you see was wrong with that LTV? I'm gonna give you like a good 30 seconds. You're close. You're close, Grace. You're close, Grace says to Margarita. That was actually his avatar. That was his avatar, and I switched it up for audio. But that was his avatar, and I thought it was so funny. I'm just gonna leave it up there. Alicia says to drink. No. Anna said look like a face in the nachos. No. No blue pill. No. LT, where you at, man? You doing all the call out. Call this out. Call this out, sir. All right, I'll let y'all know so we get back to the learning lesson here. It says LT like to derail people. LT like to derail people. So if you see the wording, I had to run it back. Still don't know. Oh my God. You want to see it? Okay, we'll do it one quick time, and I'm gonna give you a lesson. All right.
Speaking of, hitting it and, getting the game right to get the ladies, when you come home from a long day of work, when you're tired and your girl looks at you and, you're having a little trouble.
It was a spelling. It was a spelling. Please subscribe. Yes. Yes, Ian. Yes, Ian. Look at there. One of my loyal subscribers, haven't been here for a long time, came in here and just hit it like that. One of my old subscribers, back in the pill community days, came out the woodwork, said, "Hey, Great Pill, I haven't seen you in a minute," and got the answer quick. And here you are, a content creator, and you can't even figure that out. But you want to see everything, LT. You want to see everything. Come in my chat. Come out those bushes and clouds. What's wrong with you? All right, let's get this.
You can focus up now, motherfucker, and say.
All right, cool. Back to the conversation. Yeah, when I had somebody on, we just do it. Yeah, exactly, Ian. You know why? I love this. You know why would you care? Because let's think now. Let's go back. Let's rewind the clock. You came up and you said, "Hey, typo." You said typo. I said, "Okay, LT, how can you figure this one out? Let's see. So you see everything. Can you see this?" You didn't see the typo in that one, but you saw the typo in somewhere else. Look at there. Shout out to Ian for coming out long time. Haven't seen him in minutes, and throwing some wise wisdom to the conversation. Appreciate you. I ain't fixing nothing, sir. I'm not fixing nothing. You don't know this could be a YouTube gimmick. This could be a YouTube gimmick, sir, okay? Leave me alone. This could be a YouTube gimmick. I'm trying to bring the supporters and subscribers in, sir. You don't know what's going on here, okay? You don't know what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Inky? Appreciate you coming on through. You just in time. We're about to get back to the conversation. LTTV is harassing me from the chat in here. I need some protection. I need some protection. Hey, Grace for she says got to go to bed early, head to bed. Hope everyone has a great night and great day tomorrow. Thank you. God bless. Same to you. Appreciate that. All right, back to the conversation.
My drinking water gallons that I just store down there. I had, when I first started it out, I had one of those big blue, like 7-gallon water jugs. And I realized that it was really heavy to carry. And I was weak. And lugging around one big 7-gallon jug versus little 1 gallons, it's a big difference. So I just switched to, I buy the plastic jugs, but then I refill them and refill them and refill them for months. And then eventually, once I feel like, you know, they're getting a little banged up, I'll get new ones. But I've just found it's a lot easier for me. It's a lot more convenient. And honestly, it's a lot easier to fill up. I have my 2.
Well, that answered our question, Corey. She weak. I mean, I was suggesting, but she said it's not working out for her. She got little tiny arms, so it's okay. There's a suggestion.
2 solar lights that I'm charging, I guess. This is my mini library.
Is that the Quran? I'm joking.
Pride and Prejudice. I have the last 2, book 5 and book 6 of Lord of the Rings, because if you don't know, there's actually 6 books. It's not 3. I have The Children of Hurin, which is another Tolkien novel that was never finished, but his son, I believe, put it together. On the driver's side, I have nothing. This is where I store my bigger bottles of stuff: shampoo, deodorant, perfume, dry shampoo. You know, important things to make me look human. On this side, I have some jackets hanging up. I have a soda stream because I really, really like seltzer, and a soda stream is really, really nice to have and honestly saves me a lot of money. This is my cooler. It's just a basic bag cooler. Don't use it all the time, but, you know, use it sometimes. It's nice to have just in case I want.
Yo, she is tiny. I'm looking at the leg room here. I could not have this behind me if I'm if I'm doing all the driving. This is, look at this. She got to be like 5'3", 5'2". I need to stretch my legs. Look at this. The steering wheel's like right there in the seat. Gee, she is tiny. Well, I guess the smaller you are, the more room you got.
Want cheese. It's really mostly for milk for lattes. Further down, I have my shoe compartment and where I keep beer, apparently.
All right.
I forgot about that.
What about the beer?
But yes, shoes. Right now, my boots are here, but once winter is officially over, I will move them into my other storage, with like my backpacks and stuff like that. And there's bear spray too. That just goes places. That doesn't have a home. I personally really like being able to access my entire conversion from the front of my car. I know a lot of the trucks with the shelves and stuff like that, you have to like get out of your vehicle and walk to the back. For me personally, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a female, I just feel a lot safer knowing that if anything is to happen, or if anything did happen, I don't have to get out of my vehicle to walk around to drive away. I can just climb in the front seat and leave. Not that anything's happened, knock on wood, but it is something that I do think about. Traveling by myself as a woman, you do have to think about it. So I don't think it's a bad thing to just have that awareness and maybe a little bit of paranoia. I also sleep with a stun gun and pepper spray and an emergency button and like a beeper thing that when you press it, it makes an ear-splitting noise, very loud. But yeah, I sleep with all those things next to me every night just because, just in case, you know? If something happens, I have something to try to defend myself with.
There you go.
I have considered getting a gun,
however. Hope that answered a few of your questions. But she did say she doesn't do the, yeah, she said no pow pow. I think she already gave the reason for it.
Just traveling, living in a car, crossing states.
I'm sorry, I cut her off. Let me play that back for you just to answer your question.
However, something happens, I have something to try to defend myself with. I have considered getting a gun, however, just traveling, living in a car, crossing states, possibly going into other countries, it's just a little bit too much for me. For anyone who is starting out on this lifestyle or anything like that, I mean, I cried for the first probably 2 months of living in my car.
What?
I was terrified. I didn't know where to.
That answer your original that answer your original one, Alicia, about the privilege part. Like she just doing it to be doing it versus people that actually has no choice. So for her to be crying in her car for like a couple months, I hope she has reason for that. Like that's wild. That's wild. Yeah, but no pow pow lady. Alicia says, as a woman, I expect the wild animals to bypass me. Okay, long as you wishing it. Shout out to RT. Says where she's posting up at to need a stun gun. Martha RT. I don't know. I don't know. She already said she's going the bird routes where if it's like, if it's cooler here, she's going somewhere where it's warmer. If it's somewhere warmer, she's pretty much following the patterns of migrate like the birds, just seem more comfortable to the climate. Charlie Corey says ammonia, water, and super soaker can be perfect. Hey, as long as she know it, she better aim that right because you know how ammonia goes. And if she got a little bit too much ammonia versus water, woo, and it's stuck in her car, in her vehicle. Yeah.
And this was back in 2017. So this was before the big van life craze, the big kind of like normalcy of doing this lifestyle. It really wasn't that popular in 2017. There wasn't that much information online about it. It was a lot less accessible as a lifestyle.
Which it goes back to what I'm thinking about now, right? I'm thinking about how media just like we already had media. We already had media. And then now we're moving forward because everything I keep hearing now with all the new trends, everything keeps seeing going back to 2017, the earliest, then the pandemic, and then everybody's pretty much home, and it always had the internet, and then it just skyrocket. A lot of content creators or people we see today, especially during the pandemic, they would not have been as famous as they are then up to now if it wasn't for the pandemic. And I'm not trying to like brag or boast, whatever. If I had content, if I made a channel, which I had a channel, but it was just always just like I was the type of guy. There's one guy, he said he had a channel where he would just upload stuff because he didn't have enough storage space on one thing, so he just used YouTube as a storage space. I had the same thing when back in the day with MySpace. I did the same thing with one of my old when I had Facebook for before, because people like to say, well, all my photos, I put them on Facebook. All my photos, I put them on Instagram. And then it's like, okay, now Facebook got like, I can just add all my videos, I upload to Facebook. So people had options for storage because it's on the web, right? So they would use that. Same thing with this. So I think like this is maybe another, and I don't want to put her down, but I think there's like another main motivator for people like, let me get out there with the trend, for the clout, for the hype because of media. And I always keep hearing the same time frame around 2016, 2017. Everybody was in YouTube or those media spaces and then just went crazy and it blew up. So then the pandemic hit, then all you had time to do is what? Either be around your significant other, but if you wasn't, you was on social media like crazy. So, and of course, she's not going to find that information because I don't think people's doing all that. People's doing like the hikings, they were doing the traveling and road trips, but nobody wasn't really like living and camping in their vehicles. So it goes back to what Alicia said. It was it wasn't a necessity. It was just, hey, I have to. This is what needs to be done because this is where I'm living. So let me figure out how to get it by. So I always come out around that time frame. And it says I go out every night with no issues, but tonight the vibes were scary, so I only Stayed out 45 minutes before heading home. Mm-hmm. Know your area, know your surroundings. Very smart. Very smart of you. I think the kiddo needs a tutor on traveling by vehicles. I think she just needs some little tweaks here and there. She says she got a dad. She mentioned she has a dad. I think it's really cool that she has a minimalist. I agree, and I've been slowly working on that since last year. RT, like slowly working on that. I'm not gonna say nowhere near perfection. Slowly working on it. Like it's like, and I'm gonna be honest. Also, RT, if people actually think about it, a lot of stuff you really, really, really don't need in this world. This is pretty much what I get out of most of the conversation. It's a lot of things you really, really don't need in the world. And let's just say, because now, because a lot of people will be a lot of conspiracy theories or thinking or wondering, saying, "Hey, what if the Big Bang hit? What if the apocalypse hit? What if all this stuff happens? So what are we going to do?" So there you go. This is why I'm leaning more of the positive side of how to. Here's some little tips or trick, especially not even electric cars. And I don't give too much care about the electric cars because they can go out easily. Just the regular the standard cars, they'll last a little bit longer. But stuff that she's showing you like, hey, here's some other options. But people take too much stuff for granted. Too much stuff for granted. Let's say for example, if I had a little flip, quote unquote, biscuit phone, I would get laughed and clown about it. But it's still, what's the phone supposed to be used for? To call, to send calls, to receive calls, and possibly text. That's what actual phone used for. But unfortunately, the smartphone is doing everything now. It's your computer, it's your mailbox, it's your fax, it's like everything. Got swapping faces, face apps, all this little silly stuff, a lot of stuff you don't even really need. Shout out to Corey. Corey says, Great Pill, you should see the equipment used by people from Alaska. I'd look into that. One of my old coworkers, she was like a work mom. Her and her husband is both from the Navy, but I don't think they was serving the same. But they've been married ever since they was in the Navy. And he actually built a homemade tower where he his hobby, he pretty much goes outside, play on he got a homemade tower where he actually be on the radio. He'll find other signals all over across the globe and just interact with people. That's his hobby.
So I'm not trying to be like, I was there before it was cool, but I was there before it was normal. So the first couple months of travel before I understood where I could sleep was terrifying. But now, looking back, oh my gosh, it was so much easier. I feel very safe in I'm very obsessed with my car, as most people are who have Honda Elements. We're kind of a cult. It's a phenomenal car. So this is it's a blackout curtain that basically this is what I use to block out light, and so you can't see into my vehicle from the front of it, so that I don't have to make coverings for all those windows. I just do this.
Okay.
And because it's gray, it kind of blends in at night. You can't.
Shout out to the Great Pill Podcast. Shout out to the Great Pill Podcast. Have a little cute little plug and get out there.
Really see it. And then it has at the end, it's basically a metal pole with endings hammered down so that they fit into the slots on either side. And then that's just how it stays up. So I right now have 3 different iterations of my blackout curtain. These are my original blackout curtains from 2017. This is from 2017 when I first started traveling. It's black back, and you can actually still see the grow on it.
Well, her dad custom made I guess sofa, couch, however you want to put it. her she said her dad custom made that because she had one side was like the darker color, so they pretty much just copy that, like shaved it off and then custom that. So it's like on the other side, so it's like a homemade bed because she said she just had one side. With technically, the side she's on now was originally the bed until they doubled it. So it's like kind of like a sofa slash bed type futon. So, all right. I appreciate hers for that one. So we're gonna get to the next one, where this one is a woman actually showing budget. She's breaking down her budget. Okay, cool. Okay, a woman here is going to explain the budget for her end about how everything breaks out. But here's the caveat, though. She's saying that she's giving it a week or two to show the living costs of $1,000, like what $1,000 can do for you. Let's say if you make $1,000 a month, what can you do? How can you make money? Dealing with I think it was like Uber Eat, DoorDash, and I forgot the other one. And yes, I agree with you, lady. Because she looked like she's in her young 20s, and she said she's pretty much traveled all over the place. So yes, I give her a lot of credit. She's credit for being brave and adventurous. I agree. All right, here we go.
Video is going to be an experiment. One of the ways I like to make money is driving food delivery apps, mainly Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash. The pay is not great, but I think it's really easy and it's really fun. I like driving. I love exploring new towns. I love restaurants, even if I'm not eating there. I like the vibe. So those are all things I'd pretty much do just away. So I lived in my car and drove for these food apps on and off last year, but it was very part-time, very randomly, just whenever I felt
Corey, I can't, man. I can't with you. Corey's like, this is what parents are doing to get the Gen Z kids to move out the house. Yeah, you know what? Here's a TikTok app. Here's some YouTube accounts. Go wild. Here's you know what? Here's a $2,000 used car, a van, or station wagon brand new. Get out there, explore. Oh man, I do too. It depends. I do too for the most part, Alicia. But I want to do the living part of the vehicle. But it's for me. Again, this is for me. If you have the little options, it is cool. But just road tripping, I think the farthest I actually went, like a straight shot, I drove from California to Georgia. That was pretty cool. But I made like 2 stops. I stopped from California to New Mexico, do a little sightseeing. Then from New Mexico, met up with a homeboy in what's the name of that state? Oklahoma. But met him up in the major city. And then from there, just stopped every time, like basically like about a half a tank of gas. But if it was like a straight shot, let's say, for example, if it said 300 miles, I'll make sure I'll just stop, rest up a little bit, full tank of gas, and I'll be out on the road again. And then when I actually hit the destination, meaning that I hit the state, like if I had like an hour to go, I'll just screw it. Let me just keep going. And then if I get to the actual state, I'll just pretty much just like, let me just take a nap. I'll find some place, public, but not public to the point where like, you know, just look a little bit shady. And then I'll take like a quick little nap and boom. I did all the time I go visit my mom, but for most people, 7 to 10 hours is not far. So if I was visiting my mom, it's a straight shot. But when I did the first time, I was like, hey, let me just make more and more of the pit stops. But the more people get used to just traveling, the more they'll know like, okay, well, if I got like 16-hour drive, I can do 8. Let me do the 7 and 8. Let me take like what? Not even really a half an hour break. Let me rest, use the bathroom, stretch my legs, you know, get my, I guess, rebearings together, hit the road again, another 8, and you're already there on your destination. So, and I'm good with me. I think the other girl, I don't know if she did it, but I'll drop all 3 of their links in the back so everybody can check it out. Their links will be in the description to check them out. But for me, if I'm going to do long road trips like that, like the other girl said, I'm having like my playlist together. I'm having like, you know, the options of phone the friends, you know, again, shout out to media. So it might be some options to reach out to certain people and keep you going just a little bit, wake you up or pep up. RT says, I used to watch the show where they had many houses. All the couples were white. Welcome to the Great Pill Podcast, RT. Welcome to the Great Pill Podcast. Anna says, a friend of mine rode a bike from where we live to Newfoundland. We live 2.5 miles from Canada. Okay. A bike or a motorcycle? Because I knew a guy who drove a bike. I thought he was crazy for doing it. He drove his motorcycle from the south all the way to New York. And he said he got caught up in the rain. He just kept going. I thought that was wild. I thought it was wild.
Like it. I've always been curious how it would go if I treated it like a real 40-hour-a-week job while living in my car. So that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to be staying in the Metro Detroit area because it's a really large area, so I can drive pretty far in any direction and still be in a populated area where I know it'll be busy enough to get a new job. Also, I'm kind of familiar with the area, so I know the bad parts of town to stay out of. It's Friday afternoon right now, so my plan is to get as many hours as I can out of the way during the weekend. One, because it's busier, and two, if I get a lot of the hours out of the way during the weekend, then I can chill more in the week. But if it's a slow weekend, then I also have several weekdays to try to make it up. My goal is to have 40 hours of actively working this week, so not counting when the apps are on and I'm just waiting for a job, but 40 hours of actively working. I don't know if that's possible because I am really picky about jobs. I typically don't accept any job under $8, and it needs to be at least $1 per mile. But we'll see what happens. I'm a pretty go with the flow person, so I'm just gonna figure it out as I go.
This is me. This is how I'm thinking about this. That I'm just on the go and the flow type person, especially if this is what you do. That's a little bit problematic for me because you gotta plan something. That's a little bit dangerous. So just be careful with that. If you're just that on the type of go type flow type person, be very careful. Shout out to Lady says, I promise you she will be in Detroit suburbs. Yeah. She looked like a type. I'll let you find out. But yeah, you hit the money on that one with her Fitbit on her. Yeah, Alicia and Lady know.
First part of this video is mostly how my week went, so if you only care about the numbers, you can skip to this minute mark. But why would you do that? Do you not care about my life? What the heck? I thought we were friends.
No, I'm technically low here for content, but at the same time, I'm here to get some lessons. So since I am petty, I will skip it to the 20-something mark. All right, shout out to the petty. Shout out to the petty. All right, so we're going to skip it to the 20. Well, because technically I really want to show the part where she actually showing the budget. So I get her plan, so we're going to skip to the budget. Well, you know what? Because Alicia had brought up something earlier, so to make sure they on point to what they're saying. Okay, so she got the DoorDash. Okay, here we go.
Let's see if there's something I can grab real quick for dinner while I'm here.
Sesame chicken. $3, bottle of wine.
Normally, I would take my sesame chicken dinner and throw it in the skillet and heat it up, but I feel like I got a late start in the day, and
She says she's living in a car and she's got wine.
And I don't want to waste any more time, so I'm gonna try to see if I can rig it to the top of my car and have the sun cook it because it's like 90 today. So I'm just gonna put it up here and.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Never do that. You can get fresh vegetables and all that stuff. Walmart, all these other places, grocery stores actually have pre-cooked food, or heck, deli meat is number one. Deli meat. Please don't do that. Unless you're not actually, and I would even take that as a last resort. Unless you're actually trying to cook your food on your car engine, that might be another thing to do. But at the same time, please, 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 please. If anybody ever seen them little videos, them TikTok videos where them people was actually making the most grossest foods ever, and the way they're doing it is like, then the cat comes on the table, start licking the food. This is what I'm thinking right now. Please don't do that. Please don't stick your food and tell me something. I'm gonna cook it on the car and leave it on the heat to cook. Don't do that. You got to be somewhere like I'm talking about some Arizona, California, Vegas, Colorado desert type heat to be telling me something. I'm gonna cook my food. Don't do that. That is disgusting. You were asking for something to happen to your for your insides. Jeez, please don't do that. Guilty. Shout out to Anna Anderson. I would find people where I could park in their drive. Okay. Don't do that in Jersey. You take our parking spot in Jersey and New York, man, we coming after you, especially in the snow. I dug that snow. I put my trash can in that little empty spot. You're not taking my parking spot. Hey, shout out to you, New York. Appreciate you. Alicia said, okay, so we already know where she is going. Yeah. Low-key, she's about to trigger me. Please don't do that. Yeah, we big about our parking spots up north, man. Man, my mom had this big home, and it snowed. I think it was like, what? It looked like 4 feet. I shoveled. I'm by myself now. My mother's like, yo, go shovel the snow. I'm like, huh? My mother's like, hey, go shovel that snow. I looked at like, I ain't say it out loud, but I was saying to myself, in my head, you shovel that snow. In my head, I'm like, you shovel that snow. I didn't say that loud though. I used my inside voice. Fellas, this is what you do with women like that. Use your inside voice. I shoveled all that snow from the backyard, out around the driveway, on the sidewalk, from the stairs, threw all the salt on it, even from the outside of the gate. And she moved the car out so I can make a little spot where she can parallel park in that bad boy. And then when she parked in, when she left, because she had to leave before I go to school. So when she left, I put the trash can in there, and then next night I'm walking in the house. Now, mind you, somebody actually took it. It was funny too, because one weekend somebody actually took the parking spot. And I said, Mom, that's your car? Mom, that's your car? She's like, no, that's not. Like, whose their car is that? Next thing you know, a whole fight. That was a good workout. I'll show you the I think I still have the pictures. It's not on my Instagram. I'll show you the picture of New York. I had my flight jacket, had the scarf. Man, I was ready to show some snow that day. I remember that day. The weather up north do not play. But yeah, don't take our parking spot. Sometimes we're gonna park. You're gonna park in my spot? Nah. Anybody up north already knows that. Then they come to the south. And if they from up north, nah. Trust me. That feeling will never go away. That exactly, Corey. That feeling would never go away. A whole fight. It's not no conversation. Oh man. Exactly. Heck no, New York is not playing with the park. No, Jersey neither. I pay a 40-year mortgage here. You gonna take my spot? I don't think so. Don't think so.
And let it sit for an hour and take it down and see if it's warm. Dude.
She got a cast iron stomach.
That lady was so nice. She just tipped me a cold pop because it's hot and an extra $10.
Nice. I love the hustle. Let's get it.
Some people are awesome. Thank you, nice lady.
Corey, plug your ears, man. I'm sorry. I got to say it, man. I wonder if that nice lady would have tipped me the $10 or gave me the soda. I'm just saying. I wonder if I think she would. I gotta be that guy. I apologize. It just came across.
That's good. Squirt's actually my childhood nickname. Okay, let's check on our dinner. Let's see if it's still there.
Oh, what the? She was driving with this thing? Yo, she was driving with this thing? Nah, I gotta play that back.
Okay, let's check on our dinner. Let's see if it's still there. Woohoo! It is. I feel a little bit like a genius. Okay, the food's been up there for a little bit over an hour. The container feels warm, but let's see if the food's actually warm.
It's not.
It's warm.
You lying. I'm sorry, you lying. Oh my God. Fight through it. Fight through it. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. You know how much food, like I'm really thinking about all the foods you could have got at a grocery store that could have been already just prepped. You don't have to really cook it. Someone's already cooked. Do we not understand portion control, fasting, intermittent fasting? Oh man. You think so, Alicia? I think that's disgusting. Because look at the time of day. I don't want to overanalyze this. She left the foods. Hold on, because I feel like we need to do a deep dive on this one. Okay, this is the after effect. Now we're gonna go back where sun. I'm sorry, nicely. Okay, look at the time of day of this one, right? The sun is out. She sat sitting there for an hour. What are you doing in the hour? Just leave it there. If you're hungry, leave it there for an hour. So I think at this time, she put the food there in the heat. Went to do her DoorDash because she said she had 3 apps open. She had DoorDash, I think was Fogo another one? I can't remember the other one. DoorDash, Uber Eats, and something else. So she got 3 apps going. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, okay, she went, got the food and the bottle of wine now. The bottle of wine. Put that under there. Said it was going to hour instead of sitting there let it sit for an hour. She said, hey, let me find some more some on-the-go jobs for delivery goes. She was doing that. Now she's driving with that under there. It's cool. The air is cooling that off. Oh my God. Now, this is the time of day, it's daytime. So let's go back. So she said an hour, but she said a little bit longer than an hour. A little bit longer than an hour. Let's go. Okay, now she's gonna check her food.
Okay, let's check on our dinner. Let's see if it's still there. Woohoo! It is.
Now look, hold on. Time out. Now look at the time of the day. It look like dusk. That food cold. That food is cold. Okay.
I feel a little bit like a genius. Okay, the food's been up there for a little bit over an hour. The container feels warm, but let's see if the food.
All right, now content creator to everybody else. I'm explaining something to you. She had to prep the camera. That was enough time, right? So the food's cold. She prepped the camera, got it facing her. Let me get them good old little angles. Now we're gonna eat. So now let's look at the face. Somebody in the chat said, "Look at the face." So we're gonna look at the face.
Food's actually warm.
Let's roll it back a little bit because it looked like she was trying to pick. It looked like she's trying to pick at what to eat.
But let's see if the food's actually warm.
Pick.
It's warm.
No. Let me play that back. It looked like a jump. It looked like she edited that.
But let's see if the food's actually warm.
I look at edit.
It's warm.
No, I'm sorry. Let's get to the chat real quick. Let's see what the chat has to say about this. I don't know about no genius. There's so many. I'm sorry, Alicia. There's so much options she could have got from this. She didn't have to get no little TV dinner and then gonna microwave it on top of her car. That's disgusting. She really had a better chance cooking that on her car engine. She literally had a better chance cooking on her car engine. Shout out to Lady said, Grandpa Podcast, but this is the woman BM and the Manosphere said made better wives. I'm confused. Yeah. Stop. She's beautiful, fit, submissive. Stop. I'm trying to take a break for the Manosphere right now. Alicia says, check her face, Gray. She did, yeah. Tell me, please tell me. Everybody cooks. Everybody got a mama, auntie, uncle that grills or something. You know when you take a bite of some food that's already hot and delicious. What are you doing? She was looking like, let me please the audience. Please, the audience. She was not enjoying that. She was not enjoying that, but she picked that. So she's like, you know what? I'm starving, so let me go ahead and eat it. I'm sorry. She is no. He is not going to convince me, but
Not hot, but it's warm. So it's almost 11 o'clock.
it's not hot, but it's warm. She got a cast iron stomach. Now, the other girl said she was like in her mid-20s. She's young. This woman, I'm going to give her like, I'm not going to disrespect. I'm going to say like she like 33, 35. She got a cast iron stomach. Ain't no way. I go to some restaurant. I don't even eat nobody's fried chicken. Like I'm very picky about people's fried chicken. I remember I had a bad experience a few times I care to count or remember where I had like, yo, let me order some chicken. I got a taste for chicken. Ate that chicken, and it was allegedly cooked, saw it in the fryer, but it wasn't there long enough. Man, I had my stomach turned inside out. So I don't know what's going on with this lady. This lady got some weird juju vibes with her stomach. But shout out to her with her budgeting. But again, everybody else, this is a bad move. Never do that. Never do that. You have a better chance parking your car in some secluded place, having your car engine and setting that sucker on your car engine. Put aluminum foil over your car, over your engine. Put the thing there. You have a better chance doing that. There's multiple videos of people cooking food in their engine. And she talking about someone put it on top of a car where the sun can cook it. We're not Navajo.
Clock, and I'm getting pretty tired, so it's time to call it a night. I've been online for 6.5 hours, and I've been actively working about 5 hours and 10 minutes of that.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, now here's the chart. This is what I wanted to do the whole breakdown. So Friday, this is the day she started. She started her day at 4 a.m. It'd be nice if she put the a.m. p.m. because I'm a little bit OCD, so I'm sorry. So I don't know if this is, she said 6 hours, so she should put 6 hours in. I don't know if it's a.m. or p.m., but she put 6 hours and 30 minutes in. Active time, about 5 hours and 10 minutes. That's good. Plus, she has some tips. I don't know if she's going to calculate the tips. And she drove about 85 miles and earned $118. So y'all let me know if that's good for you. As far as if you're pretty much, let's say, a constant driver, you're doing 85 miles, 118. So we're looking at what gas rate, and the vehicle she got, like it might fill the tank up about like 60, 80 bucks on Corey? Might fill it up, ladies, gentlemen. Because I think is that worth it for the day? I mean, like what, 40 bucks to fill it up. I don't know how much gas you probably waste out of there. So we're gonna guess. Let's just say she wasted, well, I'm gonna say waste. She used up half a tank of gas, 85 miles, right? Okay, we'll say half a tank of gas. So she might use like 30 to 40 to fill that up. So she's down to like, oh Lord, I gotta do math. Hey, Jesus. Where she's at. 118. Okay, so we'll say you'll deduct 40 bucks. So she got she made $78. Now she already had food for the day. So she's good. So she earned about, I'm gonna say roughly it's 78, but I'll take another $8 because I'm a little bit low-key cheap too. So we'll say 70 bucks she's pocketed, but $8 if you use your money right, you can actually get you another meal and stretch it out for another day. So again, we're thinking of her eating. So if she keep this up, because our goal was to grind it out Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. So if she make the same amount Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's $111 times 3. So technically, if she does good for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she will actually make $354. But again, she's taking out the gas, so we'll say 40. We'll say $100 for the 3 days, and I'm guesstimating. So technically, she earned $250 for the 3 days. So 100 that's going to go to gas. We'll take 50 out to give her. I'll be nice. I said what, $20 to get you through the day as far as like eating if you plan out right. So 246. So we'll subtract $60. So technically you earned $194 for out of 3 days. So there you go. Yeah. Alicia says 100 plus for the day is pretty decent. I've heard. Yeah. Okay. We're about in the same ballpark. And plus, technically, she's living in a car, so she got no real expenses. She's pretty much good.
Drove 85 miles and I made $118. So not a bad first day. There was a Planet Fitness not very far from my last stop. So I'm going to sleep here tonight. Time to get ready for bed.
Good night. Good morning. Time for coffee, gym, and shower.
I've got my French press coffee brewing, but honestly, that felt pretty unsafe. I was holding it the whole time to make a move, but it was stressful and the bottom's kind of hot and the car heated up really fast, even though I have the sunroof open.
The youngest girl. I feel like the youngest girl has a little bit more awareness how to handle situations. We just talked about why would you have like flammable stuff like in unnecessary places? A lot of that stuff. This woman has like a metal tea kettle pot. You don't need all this. This is a lot. We're doing too much, especially when she went. I'm back on the food. What did you say, Alicia? Alicia says completely different hairdo. I did not pay attention to that. Let's go back. I see a leather jacket. What the? Is she a chameleon? She's doing it for the show. At least that other girl looked like I think Corey was saying like the gypsy. She looked like the little nomad. She was on point.
But it was stressful and the bottom's kind of hot and the car heated up really fast, even though I have the sunroof open. I don't think this setup's going to work long term.
I ain't gonna lie, I really want to critique her workout, but you know, as long as you've been active, I'm not gonna even complain. I don't care if you're walking, bike riding. I don't care. I was really gonna critique her a little bit for the exercise, but as long as she's doing it, that's good.
Let's stop at Kroger and see what sales they have for the day and figure out a new caffeine option.
Again, we're wasting too much food. Didn't she just buy food and cook it on the car? We're wasting too much food. Crab dip.
Giant breakfast salad. It's pretty, and I'm with breakfast, and I've cleaned up the car, so I'm going to turn the apps on and get to work now.
It was a fun morning. I got to see a lot of cute things.
Work now.
Busted. Oh, I'm sorry. At the bag, she's doing delivery. I apologize. I see the hair bar, and y'all mentioned that her hairdo changed, so I'm thinking that maybe she went and got her hair done. But I see the bag, so I apologize. I don't want to throw in the bus like that. I apologize. Carrying on.
It was a fun morning. I got to see a lot of cute things. Stayed busy and drove very carefully as to not spill very full drinks. In my downtime, I found a nice park to stretch my legs, refill my water bottle, eat a second salad, get some editing done, and enjoy a little bit of nature.
You know what I was thinking about? Hold on, let me play this. You see the squirrel? What if they had a horror movie of nothing but squirrels? Somebody, I've seen almost every different horror movie. I never seen a horror movie of squirrels just attacking. I seen a horror movie about sheep. We seen lions. Heck, we even seen Cujo back in the day. Birds. We never seen like a horror movie full of squirrel. I appreciate it, Alicia. I see what I see. But at the same time, I gotta hold some accountability. Hey, shout out to Either Man. I appreciate that. How you doing, Either Man? Again, if you're new, definitely hit the subscribe button. It helps out a lot. We're doing a little assessment education and having some little conversation about people that's the lifestyle living in vehicles, which is something new for me. Man, Alicia in the chat, like, hey, people live in their vehicles because hey, they have to. They have to, like, hey, you know what? Let me get by. I lost my job. I don't have the things I need. I gotta put my stuff in storage. So the only place I got to stay is I got left is my vehicle. So let me do what I need to do until I can get back on my feet again. Especially if they have family they're by themselves. So we just went through one video where one woman, I think she's the smartest one out this so far, where she's actually showing how to do things the right way. Even though low key she's seeing a little bit privileged, but she's very smart and aware of a lot of stuff. This one is cooking food on cars and doing a lot of stuff, but she's showing a budget on how to get things through the day with all her three Uber Eats, DoorDash. I think it's Fogo, and I think that's what it was. Yeah, I was just really thinking of like maybe there'd be a horror movie with squirrels. I think they should do that just cause. Lisa's I can't stand squirrels. One jumped on me. Clowns, I just can't stand clowns, and they got horror movies about that.
Head to your pickup at Kabuki Farmington Hills.
She was telling herself.
Don't mind me, just delivering sushi. Subscribe for more terrible dad jokes. It's 9 o'clock and I have a pickup at Taco Bell. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna brush teeth and take my checks out and do my nighttime stuff while I have use of the bathroom here. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. I really wanted to hit $200 today and I'm only $13 shy, but I've been sitting and waiting for like 15 minutes and I'm getting tired and nothing's coming in. So I think I'm actually gonna park at my last stop, which was a really nice apartment complex. Looks very big, very nice, very safe. So I'm just gonna set up camp here for the night. Not sure what I'm gonna do in the morning, so we'll figure it out when we wake up.
Well, I gave her a budget, right? Hold on. Look at her budget. She said she was. Where's this? Where's my history? Yeah, she was good. She had like what, $118 for the first day. She said she almost got $200 this day. So she's technically above her goal for the first day. So it depends on what the third day comes up with. So she's pretty good, but she just stopped spending so much money on the food and the wine. She didn't show us drinking the wine. She didn't show us drinking. That was what was that? Moscato? she didn't show us drink that. Eating salads and half done warm food.
Good night.
Good night.
So going over the numbers from today, which is Saturday, I started at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, so okay, she doubled the time. She doubled the time. Okay, so AM. So thank you. 4:20 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. And then she went a little bit later. No, she went later and stayed in later. Okay, so this is 4 a.m. How's she doing her time? Start to end and start to end. She's still good. Only time she just put more time in for the second day. Jeez. She put 102 miles on her vehicle. Hey, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I got some. I'm thinking about doing it. I think I want to do it Monday. I'm gonna react to Food Shop for Monday. You're more than welcome to jump in for that conversation. So I thought it was a good little conversation. So thank you for coming in. You're more than welcome. Everybody, welcome Mantis. Very very cool person. I'm in the Discord on the I'm calling it the debate sector of YouTube. Very interesting conversations over there. Very knowledgeable person. So everybody, welcome Mantis. Yeah, that had me so triggered. That I'm gonna make that a Monday night thing. Around 7 or whatever. I'll actually chat. I'll just put like it might be 7 p.m. Central Time my end or 8 p.m. Central my time. I might make it 7 p.m. Central and just tag majority of people I know that will come in for that conversation. But I'll just make it Monday 7 p.m. Central Time. That triggered me so badly. You just don't know. And then the crazy part, I feel like that was a second conversation because we had our first conversation is me, her, Angela before, and I happened to come in, and and that's the whole grifting thing conversation came out. And we just went. I was the only one it was like everybody there. I'm the only one like saying the stuff me and you saying, and then everybody was like, well, and I'm like, are we serious? And I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's just have a debate because me and my co-host, I've been trying to find people for debates to have like general conversations, and I had one. It was going to be a one-on-one. I felt like I had a good fair shot for the debate, and this is like to Nathan Daly. He actually owed me like 4 or 5, not debates, but but one debate. I was very formal about it. It's in the community tab. I got no response. Like he left me on red. And that was it. I still support his channel. Like there's no beef, nothing like that. But I really wanted to have a debate with them about the topic. And guess what the topic was going to be about, Mantis? The topic was going to be about he actually reviewed the interview with Pearly Things interview with Nick Fuentes, and his thought of that was Pearl's not racist. And I said, oh, I think she is. I said, you know what? I'll watch it. And then I say, if I find something different in what your assessment is, I'll come back and do you want to have the conversation and the debate? It's like, sure. I was okay, great. Lucky for me, content creator by the name of Chaos Rain had it, and the only reason I knew Chaos Rain had it because again, anybody got real good eyes that's watching people. Like say, if you edit something, you can tell if it's edit, you can tell if it's junk clip, stuff like that. Chaos Rain had the full interview with her and Nick Fuentes, and I knew it. And I reached out and said, hey man, do you have the full one? If you do you mind sharing it? And he sent email to me and I reviewed it. He was there with me the first one, did a whole breakdown of it. And while I was reviewing the first one, when I say hordes of Nick Fuentes followers and white supremacists came through, they raided the whole chat, throwing strawberries. And it was weird too because they was asking me to debate some other guy that has nothing to do with the actual topic, a conversation. Then it was asking for a link to jump in on the conversation. Like it was a whole nother thing. And I was like, no. And then I got emails from one of them, like, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird. I got an email from one guy. All he did said the same thing he said in the chat, like, hey, debate some guy. I never heard this guy. It was weird. So I was like, I didn't even engage in it. But that was the whole thing. So I saw the interview was so long, so draining, so it was just a lot. Got through the first one. I said, it got to be a part 2. Did a part 2 of it. And I was just like, the mental stress alone trying to go through that interview with her and Nick Fuentes was like, if I was physically there, I don't know what I would have done. But me watching that, I was like, this is a lot. Finally got through it. I came back to Nathan Day like, look, I don't agree with you. This I think she's racist. I was like, let's have the conversation. He said, okay, sure. It's been like 4 months. 4 months. I said, well, now I got to go to YouTube. I got to go to the YouTube route of things. Okay, I did the formal thing after I spoke to him. Got the formal thing on the community tab. Tagged them. Even tagged everybody I met or saw in the manosphere. So they can see both sides of the conversation. Nothing. I think I reached because we actually have each other personal contact. Heard nothing from him. I was like, are we really got to do this? Then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna pressure a grown adult to have a conversation or a mutual debate about this. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and just debate the virtual him, meaning that everything he said in his content, I'm gonna react to and have all my talking points and just leave it from there. So that's what I plan on doing later on. But yeah, but food shops, nah, I can't let that one go. Pearl, Andrew Tate, MLD, Rolo Tomasi, all those guys. Oh no, Real Film Sapien. Nah, you're not getting that one neither. Real Ali, aka Real Film Sapien, because you be in them, you be bobbing and slowly weaving. So you think you slick to them cracks? No, I can't let those go. But when Pearly things out the blue, and it was crazy. If everybody is saying the same thing about Pearly things, and she's sitting there like, well, I think Pearly things is not. No, Pearly things is everything on the book. Everything. So yeah, she's gonna get these virtual hands Monday. It's gonna be a reaction to that. We're gonna do a nice little breakdown of what is a grifter, because clearly people don't understand what the definition of a grifter is, And she had an interview with Jesus Hotep. They're like, hey, it's fine. Again, I'm a content creator. I know what I'm doing. Like some people understand, I'm being entertained at the same time. I'm giving conversation. I'm entertaining. I'm being social with everybody. That's part of the content creators. Just be honest with who you are. But the people outside of the Pearl bubble that's sitting there just running with her as a sheep, and then you got people that's saying that Pearl is, lack of a better word, stupid, but at the same time, what refuse to believe that Pearl is not a grifter, that don't make any sense. So yeah, we're gonna have that conversation. We're gonna have that reaction conversation Monday. I can't let that one go. And it was my second time. Okay, well, screw it. Let me have the, you know what? And I was still cross that when you went on, you had the conversation with her. I said, okay, no, not a problem. Matches is speaking for me. She said everything I'm thinking, we're good. And as the more she talked, and the content brain switches, so you know what? Let's have a 2-on-2 debate about it, because I know somebody that's so deep on that side of the manosphere. Let's just pick whoever you want to pick. And I don't care. We can come back over here, have the conversation. Why would I need to have a conversation? Oh, now you don't need to have a conversation about it, but you want to argue with Mantis for a whole hour about it? Okay. They don't want to listen, Brother Jummy, but so they're gonna get hurt on Monday. I promise you that. I promise you that. Chantal said, I don't give a F about the beef, not my issue. Just want to make sure. Sure. Okay. I guess that's your conversation. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole bulk of that. But yeah, it's definitely going. I'm definitely reacting to that Monday. I feel like it's a necessary cause to a necessary evil, so people get educated. Because like here in the TheGreyPillPodcast, slow people in the back of the bus, the people in the back of the church. Hey, what's going on? Excuse me. What's going on, Tron? We're having a conversation per the topic, per the thumbnail. People are actually traveling, and is a lifestyle, is a trend. People's actually living in vehicles. We had one woman that's actually living, look like a Subaru/van type deal, where she was exploring and share and explain to everybody how you live in your vehicle, what necessary steps you could take. So now this is the second video where a woman is actually giving like a little bit more blueprints of her lifestyle/trend. I think this was more of a trend. The first lady was more of a lifestyle for her, because she's like, hey, months, days, doing it for years. This one, like, hey, I got a budget. So she actually breaking on a budget, because she got like 3 traveling food apps, Uber Eats, I forgot the other 2, Uber Eats, and something else. I'm sorry, I don't really use those apps, but She using all 3 apps to work and grind to save some money. So she actually using a budget for 3 days to see how much she's giving. So right now she earned about within 6 hours and 30 minutes, she earned about $117.57. Second day, she put in about 12 hours. She put in about 7 hours and 50 minutes. So roughly a little bit about 3 more. And she earned about a little bit shy under 200. I think she was focused on the goal. I think when she hit about 150, I think she was actually trying to shoot to 200. So she's a little bit shy there. So right now she's about, but we calculated her expenses for the first day because it's like she put in 85 miles. So we took away like $40 for me, $40 a day. If you 85 miles, that's a lot. Another 129 miles for the second day. That's a lot. But you also skip the good part, which I think is the bad part. I'm trying where she actually was doing where she's called herself, let's go get some food, let's go get some groceries. She wasn't very smart on that one because she was actually buying food and cooking it on top of her car. That's a whole nother thing. And then she was at a whole metal tea kettle pot or something in her look like the front seat, back seat, where she was cooking there and almost like burnt her whole car. So yeah, she's taking a lot of L's from me. She's right now, she had 50% of whatever. Plus she spent a lot more with the thank you, Alicia. Look at that. Triggered. Just got me low key triggered again. Yeah, she's buying wine bottles. Not good with the money. Not good with the budgeting.
I ended at 10:50 p.m. So I was online for 12 hours and 20 minutes. I was actively working for 7 hours and 50 minutes of that. I drove 129 miles and I earned about $187.
Good morning. Crazy hair.
Alicia and Lady called it. She's on the hair. I ain't gonna lie. This is how you know people's personality. I'm not hating on her. Understand the personalities, the body language. Alicia and Lady 747 called it. It's like, hey, she had a different hairstyle. She just woke up or went to sleep, and the first thing to think about, oh, my hair. They called it.
It's only 6:15 and I should be trying to sleep in because I'm super tired, but I looked at a map and there's a nature park like a mile from here with a big pond and a bunch of pretty pictures online. So I think I'm going to drive over there and make coffee and start my day there.
Good. She's smart this time. She didn't put it inside the car. Now she's outside. Good job. Good job. You know the park and stuff alike.
Turn the apps on and start waiting.
Well, that was quick. Within minutes, I got my first order of the day. Looks like a breakfast spot and pretty good price, so I'm going to take it.
8.5 miles.
Awesome. And the customer tipped us extra, so we actually made $13.25 off that one. It's a great start to the day. It's going to be a good day.
It was a good morning. I got to explore a cute little art fair while I waited for my next job. And made my breakfast salad.
Are we cooking that on top of the car? I just need to know.
There's a live deer on this busy road.
Please be careful with these deers. You see these deers? They're just waiting to just jump out in the middle in the road. I promise you. These deers are waiting to just jump out in the street like that. Just be careful. I could tell you horror stories, but We're not gonna derail. Shout out to LTTV. We're not gonna derail. A Red Bull?
Please don't judge me. It was a caffeine emergency.
You just had coffee. You just had coffee. This one taking a lot of L's for this one. The other girl was younger, understood a lot. She was very, I ain't gonna lie, I trust her, but Holocaust, you just make coffee. And what's this food here? This is like, what's this, sausage or something?
Lunch was a bologna and sauerkraut tailgate party for one.
Sauerkraut?
I just picked up from the McDonald's.
I called it. I'm sorry. She got a cast iron stomach. I'm sorry. I gotta go back on that one. What is this?
Tailgate party for
Sauerkraut with bologna. Yo, her stomach is strong. Her stomach is strong.
I just picked up from the McDonald's right there, and the drop-off is the Texas Roadhouse right there.
Okay. Get your hustling, girl.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'd have to drive pretty far for this one, but I'm pretty sure the $25 would put us over $200. So
Okay. She's not. I'm still on the miles. I don't know where she is, like, as far as the state goes. Like, she had to go drive 17 miles out the way for $24.95. Jeez. I don't think she's considering the miles. She is not considering the miles.
So I think I'm gonna accept it. Plus $24.95, was it? Woohoo!
No, lady, I'm sorry. Your math is off. You just spent you spent money day one, the wine bottle, the half raw food, and some other stuff. Then the second day, you went and got coffee, you got a Red Bull, you bought some bologna with sauerkraut, you went on grocery shoes because we saw it was like 3 bags of some other stuff. You need that.
Over $200 for the day. All right, it's gonna take us a while though, so let's hit the road. Dude, we got another good one late night. Let's go.
Hold on. I gotta see the miles on that. $16.89. Okay. The 4 miles one's not bad. 4.4 miles for 16. I'm gonna say 16 because I don't count the change. Change is extra just in case for bonus. $16 for 4.4 miles. Okay, that's a deal.
Another good one late night. Let's go.
And you might get the tip. So there you go.
Oh, brushing my teeth at a Taco Bell night in a row.
I have a private bathroom tonight. Luxurious.
Okay, let's look at our stats for the day.
All right, let's get it. So third day, start at 8 a.m. to 11. So she actually did double the work. So again, I kind of caught it on Saturday. She Lily on her grind because she said her goal, she was hoping she get $200 on Saturday. She didn't. And she's just increasing the mileage. She's increasing the mileage. So that's what I'm mostly worried about. And plus her fooding. So I don't think she's thinking about that. Sunday, 8:30 to 11, 14 hours, 30 minutes. She did like 10 hours, put in 184 miles on her vehicle, and she earned 243. This is what I'm guessing. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I think the fact that she was trying to push it, I think she was actually trying to average out. Her goal was to average out $200 a day. I think that's where her goal is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I think she's trying to average out $200 a day for 5 days and technically have like 2 days off. I think that was the goal. I believe that was the goal. So y'all let me know what y'all think, because I think that was the goal. Alicia says, see, she doesn't have to understand or respect. Yeah, it's a lot here. It's a lot here.
So today was a super long day. We started at 8:30 a.m. and ended at 11. So we were online for 14 hours and 30 minutes. I was actively working 10 hours and 40 of those minutes. I drove 184 miles and made $243.56. So that was an awesome day. If we total up the 3 days of the weekend, that brings the total that I made this weekend to $548.
Okay, $548, but 3 days for. I'm gonna do it for her because I don't think she did that. I don't think she did that. So we got 85 miles plus 129 miles. Right now she's at 214 plus 184 miles. She put on her vehicle in the 3 days 398 miles in 3 days. 398 miles in a day. Now, let's take out how much gas she put in there. I'm just gonna say take off. I want to say $198. I'm trying to be. I'm thinking 98, but I generally want to take off 100. I'm a minus the 98 for the gas for 3 days. That's a lot. That's a lot. Hold on, let's do this over. So she says she's at 548. Okay. The total miles. All right, she's at 548. The total miles 85 plus 129 plus 884. Okay, she's at 398. I'm taking off. I'm taking off $100. So she's at 448 for the 398 miles. And then she got the food, so I'm taking off another 98. That's 3 days. So it might be half of that, but the way she was spending, it looked like it was $100. So that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's awesome for just working weekend hours. I found a hotel parking lot to sleep in, so I'm gonna go to bed. See you in the morning. I slept in a whopping 7:30 today. I think it's an instant coffee kind of morning.
You can always buy your Red Bull. You can always buy your Red Bull.
I've got my 12-volt heat inductor. I'm just gonna plug this in. Make sure it's getting warm.
Again, for safety, please be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be careful.
Yep, it's getting warm. And drop it in the water. I'm gonna let that heat up while I drive to the gym that's a mile away.
You can also maybe you can put it on top of the car and let it heat up too, like you did the food. But I don't know.
Yep, it's hot enough. That'll do. I'm gonna work out for a full hour today because I feel like I've done nothing but sit and drive, sit and edit, and sit and eat.
I'm not going to critique. I'm not going to critique. I'm not going to critique.
All right, it's noon on Monday, so let's get to work and try to hit the lunch rush.
Okay, it says it's very busy in our area and has a $1 bonus, so that's great.
All right, I'm going to skip to her goal. She's still cooking. Okay, what is the goal? Okay, that's Thursday.
Day, I'm super excited. There's only one more hour to go to reach my goal of 40 active hours of working. I've earned $920 and I'm so close to 1,000 that I'm just going to keep going till I hit 1,000, even if it takes over force. I feel great about how it's gone. I feel great about how the day is going to go. So let's hit the road. DoorDash pick up from Milano. All right, go ahead and pull up.
All right, this is a little bit of a smaller one, but it would put us over the $1,000 mark, so I'm going to accept it. Woohoo!
I'm so thankful for such a good week. I had a ton of fun and I'm so pleased that I made $1,000. Now that $1,000 is before expenses though, so I calculated what my actual net take home is. So this is about to get pretty geeky and spreadsheety, so I'm sorry if that's
We're here for it.
It's my thing. So
We're here for it.
Okay, so final totals for the week. I had almost 64 hours of online time. So that's I had the apps on and said I was available and waiting for jobs. Of those 64-ish hours, I only actively worked 43-ish of them, using round numbers. So I had 20 hours sitting in the car this week, which was fine because I had a lot of computer work to do. But in the past, I've watched Netflix, I've read a book. There's ways to fill your time, but you just need to be prepared for that with this line of work. I put 748 miles on my car and I earned total of $1,005.14. So of that, I spent 181, we'll call it in gas. So I ran the numbers as if I was doing this as a 40-hour a week, 52-week a year job. Assuming for every $1,000 I made, I put 748 miles on my car, I can deduct that. So that brings the tax bracket down to 12%. So that would be $8 in taxes. And I wanted to account for maintenance on my car. So I pick older vehicles that I can pay cash for and I just kind of run them till they die. So I buy them in like the $4,000 range when they have like 130,000 miles on them and try to run them till they get to like 200,000 miles. I don't have a car payment, but I do have maintenance. So I just kind of guessed at $500 for every 10,000 miles that I put on the car. And that includes tires, oil changes, batteries, and when something big breaks. So that's just, I wanted to take that into account because all these miles going on the car needs to be accounted for. So I also accounted for needing to buy a new vehicle. So if I were to do this as a full-time job and put 750 miles on my car per week, that's going to add up quickly. And I'm eventually going to need to buy a new car, which I think still needs to be accounted into my net profit from this. So $42 would be put aside to buy a new car when the current one dies, which would bring my net to $675 in my pocket, which is not bad.
Okay, but if your car breaks down, I get it. You're gonna have some bad days. So that means you got to be on the go with the hustle, like for everything. So that means you got to get all the money together. If that car breaks down, you got to shop for another car. And how much you spent on this vehicle? Like, did you spend like $2,000? Because those cars you can kind of run to the ground unless you know how to use them. Like, Honda's a good car. I haven't really had a Toyota. I'm thinking the Jetta is a good car if you proper maintenance on it, keep the tune-ups. So a Honda, a Jetta, some old Fords. So like you get like 1,000 to really 1,000 no more, but a $200 car, it'll last. Shout out to the L prize. You need a cushion for expenses. Yeah. Well, she just Alicia already called it. This is pretty much a pet project, which I get. I don't know. I'm still thinking of the miles and the wear and tear on the vehicle because let's run the numbers back. I'm sorry. Let's run the numbers back.
I think still needs to be accounted into my to buy a new vehicle. So tires, oil change when they have like a so that would be $6 I made. One will cost $700, but you just need to be prepared for that. I've watched Netflix, I've read a book. There's ways to fill your time, but you just need to be prepared for that with this line of work. I put 748 miles on my car and I earned a total of $1,005.14. So of that, I spent 181, we'll call it in gas. So I ran the numbers as if I was doing this as a 40-hour a week, 52-week a year job. Assuming for every $1,000 I made, I put 748 miles on my car, I deduct that. So that brings the tax bracket down to 12%. So that would be $68 in taxes. And I wanted to account for maintenance on my car. So I pick older vehicles that I can pay cash for and I just kind of run them till they die. So I buy them in like the $4,000 range when they have like 130,000 miles on them and try to run them till they get to like 200,000 miles. I don't have a car payment, but I do have maintenance. So I just kind of guessed at $500 for every 10,000 miles that I put on the car. And that includes tires, oil changes, batteries, and when something big breaks. So that's just, I wanted to take that into account because all these miles going on the car needs to be accounted for. So I also accounted for needing to buy a new vehicle. So if I were to do this as a full-time job and put 750 miles on my car per week, that's going to add up quickly and I'm eventually going to need to buy a new car, which I think still needs to be accounted into my net profit from this. So $42 would be put aside to buy a new car when the current one dies, which would bring my net to $675 in my pocket, which is not bad. That's over $15 cash in my pocket per hour worked. And that would be $2,700 cash take home per month. So when I live on the road full time, I don't have like rent or a mortgage payment or any of those bills that come along with a house. So my monthly expenses are pretty low. My fixed expenses are $870 a month. That doesn't include anything for entertainment or going out to eat or anything like buying gifts or anything like that. But just like I could live off of technically $870 a month, which would leave over $1,800 left over, which is significant. And I could apply that to whatever I wanted. I could use it to travel or put it to retirement or save up for something big or buy 1,800 things at the dollar store. I don't know. That's pretty decent pay for how easy this job is. So you're not going to get rich by doing this or anything, but it's an extremely flexible way to make money. And
All right. Question for the chat. We're looking at all the numbers that we've seen that she had calculated. Would this, and just by everything we've seen of her, is this worth it? Is this worth it? That is the question. Because clearly this is a trend for her. The other girls, the lifestyle, everything added up. Is this worth it? I just feel like if you get lucky, you get a brand new vehicle, almost 0 to 0 miles, you can get away with this. But I'm seeing too much of this. This is a lot. The Lieutenant Prize said nope. Corey said nope. Larry said nope. Then she doubled up down on it, said B no. All right. I don't think this is worth it either. That's a lot. This is something like, and I don't know, that first week, again, if you're living trying to okay, well, I got no place to go. This is what I have. Not even that, because technically you can use that to get back and forth. Okay, I got some money in my pocket. I don't got no place. I'm pretty much paying just for the gas in my car, the wear and tear for time. Let's say a week. Let's say we do that grind that she's got her schedule, right? With that money she's making, that is you know what? Let me put a down payment on the apartment. I'm good. I can move into another apartment. That's pretty much what it is. Depending on where you live at now. I don't want to I'm not talking about all states. I'm talking about depending on the area of the state that you're in, because a lot of states, 300 to 500, $600 a month, the low end. First, some depending on the landlord, they'll let you get in the first month rent. Then you can put half of that on deposit, or you don't have to even do that. Just like, hey, if you got half of the rent or just the first month rent, they'll let you in. So that will be the goal. This is what I'm looking at. This will be the goal for you. Like, hey, I'm down on my luck. I need something right now. Take her option. Grind it out for like a week. Get the money. Find an apartment. But while I'm grinding out with this, at the same time, let me look for a stable job near my area. I'm talking about like 20 miles and less. Because the miles she put in her car just for the first day, 85 miles a day, that's a lot. You got to, depending on how much you're getting paid to put that much miles in your car. Then the next one's like 120 something. This third is like 130. And then she talking about overall, she almost put 1,000 miles of her car on a vehicle in a week. Jeez, that's a lot. Alicia says, I can't be the only person who sees this as a slap in the face for an average person in the family. Yeah. If it's something you just need to get, I need a job. Okay, let me do this until I find something else. This will be it. 3 apps. Let me get the DoorDash and food and everything else. This will be it. But I can't see a lifestyle. No. This is not it. And your vehicle, and she said she got a used vehicle. I don't know how used that vehicle is. I would love for her to show, like, bring up the miles. That's a lot. Even with the new car, it will have diminishing returns. Mm-hmm. Unless you get lucky or you got like that good buddy / friend car dealer. That's how with my PT Cruiser, like it wasn't crap, but it was a lot to put it back together. I had like a head gasket blown. I had the engine mount was cracked on it, and I got lucky because I knew somebody that gave me a $1,500 trade, and that's how I got my Jetta. Most people, it was just to get rid of it. The value of the vehicle was like low end 300, high end 500, just to get rid of it. But when I trade in at a dealership, they gave me 1,500 credit, so I got off lucky. Alicia says, who has this and has any only? I know, but I'm just saying though, if you just have a vehicle and something happens to your place, whatever, and you go like, hey, I can't keep up with the rent or the mortgage, and all you got is your vehicle. Okay, well, so I mean, a lot of people's not phone savvy or tech savvy, so you can't. Okay, let me find some work on my phone or whatever, or remote work. That would be a good option too. That really would be a good option. Let me find remote work, find a stable place that got me like really good Wi-Fi for 8 hours during the day, especially them not peak hours. 6 a.m. to 4 or 11 to 7, something like that. Sit your butt in a place, grind it out for that time, save up. I say maybe like put in 4 weeks, got to sit it out. Boom. Now, if you want them, and now let's say they got days off and you want DoorDash it for 2 days. Okay, then that might come in handy. Okay, I got days off from my regular job. I'm guaranteed whatever they're paying me hourly, and I'm getting paid weekly. So I'm not going to get a check this first week. I get a check the next week. And everybody know your first check when you're working it, the first good check. So, okay, well, I got my days off Saturday and Sunday. Let me do the door dashing or whatever she's doing. You'll make about what she calculated, what, $200-300 something bucks in the 2-3 days, $400. Great. You got $400 in your pocket Saturday and Sunday. Go back to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Your deposit kicked in that Thursday and Friday. You're good. Hold on to that money because that's your real check. That's your real check. Go back doing the grind that she's doing Saturday and Sunday again. So technically, you're not focused on nothing but work. Because remember, you're trying to get to a goal, a destination, get to a place to live. This chick talking about a lifestyle. This is not a lifestyle. That's a straight up trend. That is a lot. LT says her profit will get less and less the longer she does. Yeah, she's not saving anything, bro. She's not saving anything. Did she add her? Oh, lady, exactly. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Did she add the gym membership? No, she did not. Maybe she is added on as a friend's. I'm helping out with this one. Try to help her save some money because maybe she was added on a friend's account, so that's why that's happening. The Core says she needs to find something more realistic. Yeah, this is straight YouTube clout right here. This is a lot. LT says I just paid $1,000 to put a fuel pump in 600 vehicle. Yeah. Exactly. Once you hit past over 1,000, it is what it is in that one. Literally. All right, we're done with her. All right, we're gonna get to the last bloke. See what he got to offer. Oh man, the young chick was the one that had more sense, but it was a lifestyle for her. She had really more sense.
But not in one of these houses that you see. I actually live in my car back there.
All right, he's living in a Corvette. That look like there's those little sensors on top of his car that look like to charge something. Interesting. Very interesting.
My name is Arslan, and I've been living in vehicles for the past 2 years. And today, I'm going to show you how I stealth camp in this small, busy town. Okay, so we found a parking spot. Now, I want to get my privacy because obviously you can see everything through the windows and people can see me from the outside. So my priority right now is to install these window covers. Okay, so we have this first one. I'm just gonna push it in.
That's a lot of noise.
There we go. And now for that window.
A lot of noise.
And for the front of the car, I've got this online. Look how small it is. This entire thing is my window cover.
We got to give him a fair. We don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know. We gotta give him a fair shake. We don't know yet.
Goes like this, opens up, and expands. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna turn off my camera light and see how dark it is. You can't even see me. Look how dark it is. And now we can turn on the lights that's in the car. There we go. That's one. There we go. That's two. And there's more. So now we can see better. And I could also turn on my camera light. You can see me even better. Whew, that's too bright. So my priority right now is to use the restroom. So I'm going to use something like this. This is a urinal. It's 1 gallon, so it holds a lot of urine. So the way I use it is just sit down and then use the device like this and do my business. And then that's about it. You know, it opens and it closes. I can seal it. It has a little rubber stopper on top. So that holds the odor somewhat. Okay, now I can wash my hands.
Okay.
And I keep some paper towels right here behind the front driver's seat so I can just dry my hands. And I can just put this in the garbage. So it's about noon right now and I'm hungry. So let's make lunch. I did stop by the grocery store and I got myself some shrimp. So today we're making ramen noodles with shrimp.
Notice the pricing on that. I saw like $12, $6.99 per pound. Oh man.
Got my sesame seeds. I got Cajun, some vegetable oil, and got a ramen. So I'm using my ceramic cooker and it takes a 120 outlet, kind of like the one you have at home. So I'm gonna plug it right into my extension cord right here. Okay. So I'm going to power that ceramic cooker using my portable power station that's powered by my solar panels. So I'm on the app right now.
I called it. I knew it. I'm sorry. I forgot the name of it. Solar panel. He actually has solar panels built on his car. That's crazy. That's crazy. In a Corvette. I'm curious if he's trying to get chicks.
For the power station, and I'm going to turn on the inverter so that we can actually use 120 volt power. We'll make the ramen noodles first. We're going to get this.
Oh, that was it? Was it? Was it the bottle of Jergens? Yeah. Oh, man, don't let me go back and look at that. Hold up. Oh, my God. All right, because he's pulling stuff out. Let go a little bit. Corey actually going to make me look.
Ramen noodles with shrimp. Got my sesame seeds. I got Cajun, some vegetable oil, and got a ramen. So I'm using my ceramic cooker and it takes a 120 outlet, kind of like the one you have at home. So I'm going to plug it right into my extension cord right here.
All right, you got me, Corey.
Okay. So I'm going to power
no. I saw it. You got good eyes. No, I saw it. Hold on. Right there. Right there. Look at his left hand. Right there. Little squeeze bottle. I caught it after this. Hold on.
Right here. Okay.
There you go. There's the culprit. No. No, there it goes. There it goes, right there. Mr. Squeezy. I'm probably sure there's a sock somewhere under seat one. Sure there's a sock somewhere. All right. Let's continue.
So I'm going to power that ceramic cooker using my portable power station that's powered by my solar panels. So I'm on the app right now for the power station, and I'm going to turn on the inverter so that we can actually use 120 volt power. We'll make the ramen noodles first. We're going to get this. And I'm going to fill it with some water.
Why you just do what that other girl did? Just have like the bucket or whatever. That's weird. Hey, shout out to Coop from the Do Better Podcast. Appreciate you, good sir. Appreciate it. Hey, you want to? I'm sure it's probably late on your end, so I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask. Hey, but seriously, Coop, Theo, real talk, man. I DM'd you. I know this is my third time, so I don't want to feel like I'm pestering you. Watch most of the video. I'm gonna put a timestamp. It's a certain guy. It was a certain guy that was on Kendra G. Okay, I don't want to spoil it for you. That's up to that part. That is what you need to react to. Okay, he's pretty much we know him very well in the space on this end. So I'm telling you, it's very, very interesting of conversation and how that went down. So I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll let you once you get your own take of the matter. So definitely check it out. And I'm gonna leave it like that, just like the first 5 minutes of it. But if you want to stick around for the shenanigans here, I know it's a little late in your end. We're gonna pretty much close it out because this is the last video. Do Better says, I got a DM. Was that your boy at the end? I thought what you're talking. The one that was pretty much triggering. Not the last guy, the guy with the blue shirt that was standing up with the gray sweatpants. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Not the last guy. Nobody care about him. But Simon. Okay, that's the one. That's what I'm referring to. So that's the most entertaining one right there. I didn't see because I only watch what you react to. Shout out to Lee. She said, "Thank you for all being here for the Grip Up Podcast. Please hit like button." Yeah, that's right. Hit it.
He fights for us.
All right. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back to this debauchery.
That should be good. Now we can turn this on.
Again, please be safe when doing stuff like this in your vehicle. We have somebody else almost burnt down trying to make coffee, trying to burn down their vehicle. Please be careful. There's a lot going on here. My man got Jergens. He got a PP cup. Dispenser. He's doing a lot. Like you just can't drive to a public place to use the restroom.
We'll wait for this to boil. Getting really warm, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my ramens in there.
Oh, and I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but just an option. If you just want some hot water, you can coffee shops or local gas stations, places that actually have like hot boiling water there. So if he's gonna do that, he can have because that's ramen. That's like them little cheap little ramens noodles. He could have had that in a container, put the water in there, let it sit for like 5 minutes. And boom, you're good. Exactly, Uncle Fatty. It's not OSHA safe. All FDA, all jacked up. No FDA proof here. Ain't nothing come out of it. That's crumbs. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big boy. You're gonna have to throw 2 ramens in there for me. I don't need one. I need 2 packets of ramens.
Okay, guys. So looks like my pasta is ready. I'm actually gonna drain some of that water inside. I'm gonna put my pasta right in here. We're gonna put this aside. So I'm gonna take this bag out and turn this on. Look at that.
He's literally gonna cook in his
throw
car.
this just in the garbage. And we got our Cajun spice. We'll actually spray some.
He's literally cooking in the car.
Well, shrimp cooks pretty fast, so this shouldn't take too.
We got Alicia says, "All right, my darling Gray in chat. Mother got working 4 hours. I need to make an exit. I wish you all good night and pleasant work day." Hey, thank you. Have a good one. Don't work too hard. Work smarter, not harder. Yeah. That's pretty much summing up for me. So we're gonna see how this goes for a few minutes, and we're gonna tap out because this is weird. The first girl was like the best one. She literally had some sense. And she was
I'm
youngest.
just flipping these. Look at that. I'm in my car cooking. Let me flip this one. I think it needs a little bit more. Okay, so we're just about done. I'm gonna get my noodles set up. And I'm gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds.
Oh,
We can
man.
put these back in the cabinet. This one, this one, this one. You know, I want something to drink. So I carry with me these energy packs. Fill it up with water.
Hey, Corey, what if man, I'm straight going there. Hey, Corey, what this water that he's using? What if this is a recycled urine? What if this is like a filter system that he's using? What if this is a filter system that he's using? Since he got everything, he got the solar system on top of his car, he got all this stuff going on. What if this is a filter system for all the pee-pee that he got?
So I'm going to take my shrimp and just put them right over my noodles. They got really hot from cooking inside the car.
You think?
So I'm going to take off my sweatshirt.
You think?
Whew. That's so good. So obviously I don't have a table, so I'm just laying my food right on my bed. That is so good. Cajun on shellfish is amazing. I love seafood in general. I was gonna cook a lobster in this car.
He just said he would have cooked a lobster in the car. I can't. My man said he could cook a lobster in the car.
But I had mixed feelings about people liking it or not liking it, since it would be a live lobster, right? So I just played it safe.
Oh, for the cloud.
Shrimp.
You're for the cloud.
Look how big that is.
You're for the cloud.
That is so good. Also, ramen noodles are so underrated. You can make so many things with them. I remember the first time I slept in a car, one of the foods that I would eat.
Bro, clean the food off the side of your mouth. You're just sitting there talking. You got food all over your mouth. Food still in your mouth. You didn't even swallow what's in your. Stop. You worse than the last woman. Exactly. That's the seasoning. That's the seasoning, lady. The tink in the noodles. Corey says, so the smell inside, the urine, the shrimp, the feet, the jergers, and Lord, it's a lot, man. Just because a pee in the bottle doesn't mean you can't find a bush. First time kid ever tried this. A first overland Corvette. This is a lot. This is a lot.
Is ramen noodles plain, without anything, not cooked, out of the package, as it is, dry, almost like chips.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
And I'm looking back and I'm looking at this moment. A lot has changed, obviously.
Yeah, it's called you got maybe one notch smarter. Why would you do that? This is why I did the topic about a year ago about our generation. I don't want to put all the Gen Zers or whatever under the bus, but maybe just some young generations. You should be like, you don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve nothing. And it's a perfect example right here. He don't deserve nothing. He's the type of kid you just say, you know what? He the one you need the draft. You need the draft just because. You need the draft.
That's the last piece. So I try not to do the dishes too much
We can see.
I could, but I'm just gonna wipe this fork, for example. And this plate, I have my paper towel. Just gonna go like this. Get all the big chunks.
Sir, all that water you wasted earlier, you might as well just wash the dishes. You might as well wash the dishes.
Like that. Put this in the
I
trash.
ain't gonna lie, low-key, I feel like he's gonna eat it. I feel like he's gonna eat it.
You can. Now I can just rinse it a little bit.
All right. Okay, I'm about to say.
I can dry
Thank
it
you.
like that.
Thank you. First good
There we
thing you
go.
did all day.
So this one's good. Now this one, I think I'll put some water. Just trying to clean it.
Sir, what was them little dispensers you had up there? So that really was Jergens tank. You don't got no soap? No dish detergent? Nothing? What's going on?
That's about it, really.
Pee-pee in the cup.
I'm just putting some stuff away. I might make some tea later, so put this on the side. We're done with this. We're done with this. Yeah, that's good for now. So I'm checking my phone right now, and this is for the battery indicator. It tells me how much power I'm getting from my solar panels. I'm only getting about 17 watts or 16 watts. And I think that's because we parked under a tree or next to a tree. It's about 2:30 p.m. right now. So I expected more because it's sunny outside. Anyways, at least we're charging somewhat. Oh, that was a good meal. So the longer that I live in the vehicle, the more that I know what's wrong with it. One of the things that I noticed is I was missing a charging station for.
Or you're in a Corvette with Jergens and cooking food on a pre-oven in a Corvette. That was number one for me. A solar powered Corvette.
For my electronics. So my battery is in the trunk, and I ran a USB to USB extension cord, and it's sticking right out of here at the front of my bed. And then I got this 4-port USB data hub. We're gonna open it and install it. Goes like this. This is garbage. Okay, so it has a long cord, kind of a long cord. That's good. So this is good. Okay, so I can plug this over here. Okay, and then the other end is connected to my battery. As you can see, it turned on. You can see the lights. What I like about this one is that you can control which ones are charging, which ones are not. See, I can turn these on and off.
Such a waste.
I'm going to use double-sided adhesive heavy-duty tape, and we're going to put it on one side, and then the other side we'll put it wherever we want to semi-permanently mount it. So this is a butter knife. It's not great, but anyways, let me turn on the light. Oh, I can see me better. So I'm going to take it out and put a strip right like this. Okay.
This is crazy. This is crazy. LT says he is the type that quits his job because he don't get 2 weeks paid vacation on day one. I agree. I don't believe he is getting enough solar power to really help. I mean, he's showing everything, and he literally got 2 boards on top of his car.
Okay. And I'm going to cut this one side.
You ain't got no pocket knife, sir. Like, almost every guy got almost at least a pocket knife. Heck, even remember the little thumbnails, your nail clippers? That has something in there. You don't at least got that? You don't have that? Now, now he's showing us how he cuts it. He's showing us how he cuts it. Look at him.
So we have the one piece on here.
Good boy.
We're done with this one.
Good boy.
So I'm gonna make sure it's stuck on there. So where do I want to mount this? Let me see. So somewhere like here could be good, right? So let me try that. Gonna apply some pressure. There we go. Now it's kind of concealed. Now I can take my cable.
Why are we concealing this? Only you in the car. Like, are you having a hot date over or something? There's just only you there.
And then take the other end and plug it right into my phone. There we go. It's been a couple of hours and I had to take care of some things, but now we're back. I do want to make coffee and start studying because I have an exam coming up. I'm in nursing school right now and finishing my last semester.
What? Said he's in nurse school. Oh.
Semester. Nursing school is very demanding, and trying to do this while keeping a YouTube channel alive is insanely difficult. You know, YouTube in itself is a full-time job. But anyways, Splenda. Fill up some water.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm showing my age. I'm done. I can't. I can't. Oh man, I can't. Oh man. Why are you in a? What's the purpose of that? I don't understand. What was the purpose of that? The at least the first girl had everything thought of, even down to her safety. Down to her safety. The second girl's like, yo, hey, let me do a budget for a week. Okay. Let me literally just choke the crap out of my car for a week and maybe in hopes that it'll work out. No plans, no nothing, no options. Like, I don't know. The second chick was just like super privileged. That's all I saw. Like, no options of a way out, no solutions, no nothing. Like, come on. You could have used most of that money for the first week and like, look, first apartment, depending on the weekly hotels. I think he is. I think that's what he was doing, playing house in a car. Like, no long-term goals. I don't know, just nothing. At least with the first girl, she had like so much going on with her vehicle. Your mother, I don't know if you saw the beginning of it, but she had a lot to offer. I'm gonna still put all three of their links at the bottom. Man, that was a lot. Hey, Surreal, appreciate you. She says, Heart just getting up in here. You missed. I'm not saying a bad thing. I think you kind of dodged a bullet. I really think you dodged a bullet. Oh man, that messed little brain cells. That messed with some brain cells there. I ain't gonna lie, low key got me. My man had Jergens in the car. He had a urinal option, a urinal dispenser in the car. Probably filter the urine. That's why I keep getting water. He was cooking ramen noodles in the car, cooking shrimp in the car. Yes, yeah, I really think you dodged a bullet. Really think you dodged a bullet, real. Tuesday got the group. Look at that. He's in dreamy, Corey. I swear it's dreamy. It's dreamy. We got a group conversation Tuesday. Monday night, I'm gonna do a reaction of Food Shop where she talks about she actually believes that just pearly things is not a grifter. So I have to do some virtual education Monday night. I'm thinking about maybe in the morning around 11, 12 o'clock Central Time. Oh, that's what it was. Passport Bro. Yeah, it was. There's something went crazy viral by the Passport Bro. Something that he was doing in, I think, Japan or China. Got himself caught out there. So I was having that set up as I was starting this one, but I was going to do that one tonight. But I didn't have time to line up all the T's and I's for the conversation, so I didn't want to be all over the place with it. So that'll be for tomorrow. But Monday, 7 or 8 p.m. Central Time, definitely will have the reaction of Food Shop and Mantis, where Food Shop believes that Pearly Things is not a grifter. So that's going to be a good one because I already know me. That's going to trigger me. So I'm just going to wall out on that conversation respectfully. So 11, 12, when I get up, have the conversation and react to the Passport Bro. So we haven't did a Passport Bro in a minute. And this one's pretty much is very disgusting, like this guy, but on a different scale because he's very dangerous. And some good news actually came from this. So I'm happy to hear from that. All right. Yes, Corey, it's very painful. I felt my pain and everybody's pain. You need to go. But you know how they go in these little in the media, man. It's all about the clicks and views. So everybody do the most to get the most. That's what they do. LT says it's the adult version of building a fort on living room and with sheet. Yeah. Or the adult version of building cars and trying to add solar panels to the deck of cards and everything else. The only thing we didn't see was making coffee with. Yeah. So real again, I want to appreciate you for coming on through. Everybody, I definitely appreciate y'all coming on through. Again, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. It helps out a lot. Definitely hit the thumbs up. It helps out tremendously. Make sure you hit all the all selection bell notifications option. Helps you out. So YouTube will subscribe you and you'll be updated all the time about what's going on with this content. Definitely check out the shorts. Definitely check out the community tab. Get your little posted updates. So I'll probably just leave like little funny stuff, whatever in the community tab, but who knows what you get with the community tab. So thank you. I appreciate it. Again, Tuesday is guaranteed scheduled for the group conversation where we have I'm going to make the time out, send the invite via email. She's more than welcome to come on for the conversation because with those type of conversations, I generally don't like to just make it seem that we're talking about a person because we always talk about have the conversation on a talking point. So that's why I'm going to leave it there. So it's going to be over the conversation and the beliefs of Priscilla, or aka the Queen Maker for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So your regular guest going to be on, plus a few extra new ones. I'm gonna reach out to them, more of them for tonight, tomorrow. Then 11 or 12 o'clock in the day, gonna have the reaction to Passport Bro. So then Monday night, 7 or 8 p.m. Central. I'll make it 7 because it seemed like people was going a little bit early, and I want to make sure people up and about. I'm not going to waste a lot of people's time. So 7 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have the reaction to Food Shops and Mantis, where she felt like Pearly Thing is not a grifter, and we're going to do some education on that. So appreciate you, Tommy Temper, for coming on through. Appreciate you guys, and we will catch y'all tomorrow or whenever you wake up. So. Good deal.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.